call it.
We'll wait for you back on? All right.
All right, cool.
Try that one more time.
right.
Applesauce, a couple of bubble teams, Chicago and Zolhe.
Yes. Basically, at this point, I mean, they're going up against Take 3 team. Take 3's got a very good stature as far as a reputation in the Rocket League scene. They've been to league play. I'll say, albeit with different people at some points. Vince has been there for sure, and really, you got to see at this point, Applesauce, they need to step it up to be able to put themselves on that level.
Yeah, Take 3, they haven't really played much, however, until you get right before RLCS. The last tournament that I could find, they played in the PRL Retrograde Charity Tournament. They ended up dropping in the round 2 of the winners bracket and also round 2 of the losers bracket, 9th to 12th place. But while we're getting the casters set up here in the booth, we'll keep going a little bit more in depth for you guys. We'll break down the whole tournament structure we've got going. Take 3, of course, they're playing with the sub, Sathu. Used to play on Freestylers in Disguise. He left in early May. He's replacing the normal starter Espeon, so obviously not a big step down, but not a big step down. He's a good 1v1 player, however. So definitely looking for him to have some solid success. He might get a chance to really show off those 1v1 skills here against a team like Applesauce. They don't have that super strong defense that a lot of the top tier teams, so he's going to be the X factor for those guys.
Well, Applesauce is going to have to be a little more aggressive to the ball, and that's where those one-on-one skills can actually really take hold, where you can actually have the freedom to, basically wait them out and get around them, just take advantage of their own overzealousness. So definitely something to look for as far as the 1v1 game is concerned on your point.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Break down the tournament here for you guys. The prize pool, $250 plus charitable donations from you viewers in the chat. We're going to be along in there with you guys as well. So it's a winner-take-all tournament, Curtis. When was the last time we had like a winner-take-all for a prize pool this
It's
I don't even remember.
While. It's been a while. Yeah, I don't remember. Everything I've seen, at least recently for sure, has been all, hey, first place gets 70%, third place gets second place gets 30%, third place gets a kind hug and a handshake. That's about the extent of it. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun, and it means that people are going to be really vying for that top spot, which is going to make some really, really competitive Rocket League happen here in the very near future, and really, really late at night too. So if you planned on sleeping, well, sorry, not sorry.
Yep. So, West Coast people. You asked for a tournament, you got it.
Exactly. So I believe we are ready to go, though. We have the first game. It is Applesauce and Take 3. We're going to send it down to the field. It is Sfernaday and Dazarin to get us going.
Thank you so much, Chiefs and Curtis, for putting us back on here. As they said before, it is really, really cool to see Shift Pro League once again back at it. I do want to apologize. They asked me to bring the WD-40 for the stream production today. I didn't bring it. I blame myself for that one, so I'm sorry about that. But anyway, we've got a great matchup coming up here, which is Take 3 facing off against Applesauce, as we covered on the desk earlier here. But first of all, I got to say hi to Dazarin. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing absolutely amazing. Back here at Shift Pro League, and what a day, what a bracket that we've had. And this is a great way to start. Applesauce versus Take 3. We talked about the rosters a little bit, with Applesauce having Chicago, Hato, and Zol. And then Take 3, Vince, Zane, Jackie, and Safi. A very interesting combination. I talked to Vince at LAN. I know he said he was going to start playing more with the Take 3 guys. Never thought he would bring Safi into the mix. So I want to see, I'm really looking at how this roster is going to do in this tournament, but I'm also watching the Applesauce guys, because these guys are not anyone you should take lightly.
Yeah, I agree. I think Applesauce has some serious potential to take this away from Take 3, but I still think I have that confidence. Just seeing the play style that Vince and Zane Jackie with their aggressive styles, I think they could definitely come in and take this one away, though. But we're just waiting for the players to go ahead and join into the matchup here, as we were a little bit behind schedule with some of the other issues that we had come up earlier here. So once they are ready to go ahead and join, we are going to be ready to rock and roll with the reintroduction, I think is the wording I would use for that. I'm not sure. I cannot really process English very well at 1:48 in the morning. But
oh man, it's not too late for me. It's a little past midnight. I mean, about to be 1 a.m. my time, but I'm gonna stay up all night for some competitive Rocket League. We got the teams in, guys. Take 3 versus Applesauce. Fernaday, take it away.
No problem. As we sit with everybody getting ready to go here, the countdown timer is almost ready to go. As we see that 3, 2, 1 ready to rock and roll here. I'm going to see Zol facing off on the kickoff against, it looks like Vince there. It takes off into the corner. Hato rocking the Sacred boost. It's a very rare boost that I typically see nowadays, but the start with the pinch. The clear from Vince as we see the pass over from Zol. Back to Chicago. Shot on net, but a good save from Sathi who's going to put that one away. Now sitting at midfield is Vince, who's going to take that over to the corner. Once again with the disruption there. Sathi trying to keep that ball in the middle. Up to Vince on the wall. He doesn't get a possession he wants. It's over to Hato. Great pass. Straight from the middle, but that's not going to go anywhere. Now sitting here, we've got Chicago taking that up onto the wall. So looking to create an aerial dribble. If he can potentially get this one down, he can nail it, but Vincent is going to stop that play right away. So far in this first minute, no one's truly established any form of dominance. No one's really taken that possession yet. Just a couple decent passes.
Yeah, a couple decent passes. I'm actually liking the way that Applesauce are making pass plays, but if you look on Take 3 side, the only person who's not in an Octane, that's Vince. He said recently that he converted from Octane to Batmobile, and it's showing. He's getting to touches a lot faster. He's using that hitbox to win 50-50s. So far, so good. It's working out for the team, but Applesauce with the pass plays have been very on target, so they can't seem to give up any edge to them.
Ooh, the shot on net as every player over here from Take 3 is up and see if they can try to take that shot right away, but that's going to be too slow. Save from Vince. Like you said, rocking that Batmobile is going to be a good benefit, hopefully, when it comes to taking those 50-50s. But we got Zane. Pass that over. Looks like it was a little too far. That's going to take it actually over to Hato. Now Chicago getting the dunk over top. Up on the wall here, we're going to have Sathu. Ends up getting the miss. It's going to be over to Hato. Now sitting dead here over in the midfield. First we got Vince. Pass over to Sathu. Right back to Vince for the give and go, but interrupted by Chicago. Great save from Chicago at the last moment.
Yeah, that was a great save from Chicago, and just great read from the team of Applesauce. They kind of saw the pass play developing. Once Vince handed it to Safi, Safi could either A, take a shot, or pass it back to Vince. Either way, it was going to go either towards the net or across it. Easy read, a great clear for Applesauce. And so far, we're coming up close to halftime, and we're still scoreless.
Still scoreless indeed as we're sitting halfway through here. But first, it's going to leave it to Sathi, who's going to take a beautiful flick to get that one in the net.
My man Safi, well known for his ground game and his flicks, gets to this one. See Chicago baited for the challenge and then flicks it right over him, getting that first goal. Already Take 3. That's a good start for them.
Chicago is mentioning that he's having some potential server issues. We'll have to see what is happening with that issue. We've had a couple West servers tonight, at least for me, show some issues, but double tap from Chicago almost pulls that one away. I don't think he was having a server issue on that one.
Right.
As Hato is going to take that one in exchange of 50-50 here with Sathu, but that's going to stop that, or be stopped by Zane. Zane's going to push that over to the opposite corner, see if he can do anything, but ooh, Hato with this whiff. Fortunately, rotation's coming in handy as they was able to stop that one.
Yeah, I'm liking the rotations from Take 3 right now.
Oh, the shot from Chicago right on net, though, as that's going to tie the game right back up.
Yeah, speaking of which, I was talking about Vince and how he was like the back man, but Chicago here with a nice, powerful shot, sent it to the upper 90 corner. Although Safi was able to make contact, his car touches the wrong side of the ball and accidentally redirects it in. Either way, still a great shot from Applesauce, so we're back tied up.
2 minutes like it never even happened. As we're sitting here with Chicago, who takes that over to the midfield, directs that right over to Vince, who passes it to his teammate. Shot on net. Should be a fairly easy save, and it is for Hato. Now that takes it over to Vince, passing off the back wall, over to Sathu. Now it's Chicago's turn with the ball here. Takes that back to mid. Zane to Sathu. He wins that 50-50, and he does get the back pass out, but oh, the pinch comes in. Can that go in? It's just wide by just a hair. I thought for sure that was going to carry through.
Yeah, all very close. Look to see Take 3 try to tighten up their rotations, because a pinch like that, it was just a long roller. Almost could have been an easy lead for Applesauce. They're doing a great job in terms of attacking the ball on offense and trying to catch Take 3 off guard. But for Take 3, they're just going to have to tighten up defense. Otherwise, they're going to let more holes slip, and Applesauce will score.
Chicago pass over to Zol, but a great save from Sathu at the last second. Well done from his end. And here as Hato tries to contest that, but Sathu's able to get that over. Now Chicago off the ceiling. Leaves that opportunity for Vince to take that out. Hato. Shot on net here. Fairly easy save for Vince. And that's going to carry to Chicago. He gets the miss. Vince is not going to get any touch on that either. So that's going to leave that over to Zol, who's going to take that on the wall. Tries to carry that out. Looks like he is not starved on boost, though. Now we've got Sathu over to the side, leaving that to Vince. Stopped by Hado. Now Sathu over to Vince. Shot on net. Upper 90. Great save from Chicago, getting that last second touch. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, they got to be careful and challenge Vince. That was too much space. The pass from Sathu to Vince had enough time for him to really pinpoint where he wanted to shoot it. Thought he could get it over Chicago, but Chicago with great mechanical gameplay makes that save. You cannot afford to give Vince too many of those shots because one of them will go in.
Sitting at 8 seconds left to go, 7 seconds left. We've got Hado now with the ball, looking to pass that into the middle. There's a shot on net. Chicago's got it, but a great save from Sathu. Is going to pull that one away, but the ball is still in the air. And, Vince trying to take the shot. That's going to sit, and we're going to get a first Shift Pro League. And we're going to, I'm sorry, I totally lost what I was about to say there. I do apologize about that, but Shift Pro League is back. That's what I was trying to say as we get into overtime in the first matchup that we get from here.
Yeah,
that shot's on net. Vince is going to get the great dunk right there, and he's going to put this one away for game one.
Yeah, gets the backflip touch here on the play. Just the aggressiveness from Take 3 after the kickoff. And Vince gets the slight, feels backflip touch that he needs to redirect it into the net. What a way for Take 3 to win this one.
Yeah, very well done. At first I saw some great plays from Applesauce, and I think I was just pretty impressed with the defensive handle they had on it. But I want to give a little bit more respect here for Take 3, totaling out to 6 saves like they did, especially Vince and Sathu, 2 particular saves that I saw that were just absolutely beautiful from them. As it looks like Hado's asking if there's a potential for a new server. I think Chicago is mentioning he has some issues. So I think we're going to have to go ahead and reset that real quickly and join back into the matchup here. But Dez, let's just go ahead and get your take on what we saw here in this first matchup. What are some things that you think Applesauce needs to do to improve for this next game?
That's tough because for Applesauce, when they lost the matchup, it wasn't necessarily, it was one small defensive misplay, whereas they did a great job in pressuring Take 3. They did a great job also rotating. We saw some pretty epic saves from Chicago, but I think the defense does need to be a little bit tighter on the place because that was a small slip, but it ended up costing them big. It cost them the first game. I feel like as long as they can put the pressure on Vince and Sathu, who are the main savers in terms of both equaling 7 saves in game 1, if they can get more pressure on those guys and force a mistake from them, then it might be a different story in game 2, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, and let's just got to get your thoughts here. Just a reminder that this game, if I recall, and Daz, you may want to just confirm this is a best of 3. So this game is only going to 3 games, obviously. And one thing that's going to be interesting is that when you only have 3 games, to me, and maybe it's just because of how many games of Rocket League that I've played, I feel like best of 3 sometimes are really difficult because you don't have as much time to really reset yourself and get back out of that mood. So we'll see what carries on here into this next matchup. Right now, up 1 game here, we've got Take 3. As that ball is going to go over to Zane Jackie, carrying it off to the back wall, leaving that for Chicago. Take that one back to the midfield. Now we've got Vince over to Hado here, who's going to be setting that up for Zol. 50-50 exchange in the air, leaves that over to Hado to potentially create this aerial dribble. He's going to pass it over to his teammates, but too far. That's going to leave that for Vince here. Vince looking to set this up for his teammate Sathu, and the pitch is going to work, as that's going to put him up one of the first 30 seconds.
This play developed all the way back to when Applesauce had the possession in the midfield. You saw Sathu giving them so much time to work with, but the members of Applesauce stood still. As soon as Vince got the demo on, I believe it was Chicago or Zol, that's when they went full counterattack and scored that goal. You got to be careful when giving Take 3 much space because they're playing.
Oh, potentially dangerous as they win that kickoff, but that's not going to go in as that hits on the bar down. And the shot on net from Hado, well placed, as that one's going to carry it and tie the game.
Members of Applesauce get this goal right back as Hado with a nice shot. Vince tried to make the touch, but hit the same curse as Sathu, where just touched the wrong side of the ball, redirected in.
That right there is a textbook kickoff. If you can get it facing over to their side and your teammate can cheat successfully like that, you can usually create some seriously good offense there. As we've got Vince taking a shot on net straight over to Zol, who's going to be able to clear that one fairly easily into the corner. Now off to Chicago. Leaves that opportunity for Zol. He's going to take the shot on net. Easy save here for Zol, but the rebound's going to come in. Zane Jackie's going to bail him out with that one. Up top here, we've got a pass right down. Vince looking to create that bounce shot, but a little too far, as that's going to carry to Zol, who's going to clear that to the other side. Still got the ball in the corner, looking to set something up. He can't. Now leaving that to Hato. Pass to the middle. Great pass indeed, as that's going to give that to Chicago. Put him up 1.
Yeah, Safi went up for the save, but Carr facing his own net, not the best angle you want to get. And then Chicago already into the air. I don't even know if Safi made contact on the ball, but regardless, Chicago had the better angle, took the shot with incredible speed, and that's how Applesauce get this lead.
Sitting at 3:39 left to go. As Chicago looks like he's not going to be able to have the boost to support a double on that. So leaves that over to Zane Jackie to clear that to the middle, but then ends up going right back into their end. Over to Sathu, straight down. Vince trying to take the shot. Leaving that to Zane Jackie now. On top with Chicago. Looking to get another shot on net here. These distant shots not really paying off as no one's really getting any established looks here. Looking for that more quality play for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, though, for Applesauce, what they do is they try to bait out the defense. They'll
but that's going to cost them. Oh, but a better save and a good recovery from Vince right there. I did not think he was going to be able to make that one back.
Yeah, close save from Vince. Shot after shot from Applesauce coming into the net. They're trying to bait out the defense and then come through with overwhelming offense. You see these guys move up. They move up as a unit.
And the demo is going to leave a wide open net for Zol to return his own shot that was contested earlier. Well done.
Yep, Zol ends up getting some space. Safi contests the shot, but Chicago with the perfect demo on Vince leaves that net wide open. Zol with an easy shot. He just has to touch it, let it roll in.
Halfway through, and right now we're seeing Applesauce with that 2-goal lead, and we'll see if they're going to be able to maintain this one. As we see Vince, he's going to miss that one, leaving the opportunity for Chicago to create a play. He's going to pass that over to Zol, sorry. And he's going to take that over on the back wall. Hato now up in the air, trying to take the shot. Hits off the crossbar. Rebound for Chicago. That doesn't carry. And that's going to be Vince now, who's going to be able to clear that one away. But right back into Zol's hands. The offense is still potential. Takes a good flip right on the crossbar. But Vince, once again there, playing some very strong defense for his team right now.
Yeah, Vince, definitely the man to look for on defense. 5 saves. Batmobile working out perfectly for him. Doing a great job on defense, but we need to see more of offense for this Take 3 team. They just haven't shown up.
Oh, sure enough, that I thought for sure. I should just stop thinking that things are going to go in, and maybe they'll go in after that point, because I thought once again that was going to be good, but a great save that came in. And that leaves the opportunity for Sathu, who gets that cleared out from Chicago. Great defense once again. Sitting at a minute 43 left to go. Still that 2-goal lead as that ball is cleared in exchange of 50-50 up in the middle. Now to Sathu. Potential double touch. He can't stay with it. As that shot from St. Jackie, right place at the right time for that double touch right there. And now to Vince. Right off the back, that's going to be to Sathu. No one's there for Take 3. Now Zane Jackie with the opportunity to pass that to the middle. Does carry over, but Zol's going to get that one away. And now the counterattack from Chicago. It's not going to be able to prevail, as now we've got Zane Jackie. Passing that over to the corner. Once again, a good contested defense right now we're seeing here coming in from Applesauce for sure.
Yeah, Applesauce withstanding the attack of Take 3. But if you've noticed for Take 3, they hardly ever send their third man up. He's usually way back getting ready for like a long bomb clear to be able to contest that. And unfortunately, it hasn't been the case, as Applesauce have done a great job of clearing the ball. So they got to be more aggressive on offense.
I think right now at this point, they're trying to play defensive. They have that 2-goal lead, but sure enough, as I say that, all players are up front. Now Vince is going to try to take that shot, but a good save from, I believe, Chicago came in at the last second. Now it's Zane Jackie looking to try to create something, but he's just not in the right position. He's getting a lot of bumps over there in the corner. Sitting at 15 seconds here. It's not looking as likely unless something just big happens right now. But here, as I say that, we got a demo of Zane Jackie. And that's not looking likely, as this ball is going to likely sink onto the ground and carry for Applesauce to push us here to a game 3 to start it out, as one extra goal that wasn't goal. It went bar down, and Applesauce takes this game.
Yep, Applesauce, great job. Honestly, for this match, you look at the shots, Vince saved 5, but Hato and Zol alone, 10 shots from them. Enough saves on the Applesauce side of the field, but you got to pay attention to how they were on offense. They moved up completely, like 3 guys, one on each side, one left, middle, right. And then they all ended up just One shot, bait out a defender. Another shot to come in, get to second defender to come out. And then they just kept sending shot after shot until they ended up sneaking in 3. And then all they had to do after that was really just kind of kill the time, do well on defense, and then pressure take 3 with their offense, and it worked out.
Definitely think one thing I'd like to see in this final game is Take 3 really doesn't need to get pushed as hard as they did in the last game. I mean, we saw, like you said, there was 11 shots we just said a second ago, and just the amount of pressure that Applesauce was willing to commit on that was just phenomenal. And if they can do this again, they take this series. But if not, Take 3 can advance if they just work on their execution a bit.
Yeah, I would like to see like longer clears from Take 3.
Great
there's
shot
a
from
shot.
Vincent, threads the needle to put them up 1. And I believe that's the 3rd straight game that Take 3 has struck first.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Vince ends up, again, the Batmobile working out for him well. That hitbox, getting to the ball first, beating out Chicago, who was coming in a little late, and redirecting that right inside the net. That's a great start for Take 3. I was going to say the first goal scored in a game usually ends up with a win, but that hasn't been the case this series.
I don't believe what the exact statistic is. If you score the first goal of the game, how likely you are to win. I guess that's going to have to be something that I'll have to DM DMR about. That is quite the saying, by the way. Otto's going to take that over to the midfield and give that exchange to Zol, who takes that over to Take 3's corner. And he's able to get that dunk. Only was able to prevail on that pass, though. So now that ball is on top in the air. Both players end up missing. That ball is now dead, leaving the opportunity for Zol to take it. But Vince, once again, showing to be that back line right now for Take 3. And I feel like that's something we want to see him more on the offensive end.
Oh yeah, as he's doing as well on offense as on defense, being top scorer so far for the team, and also the top saver if you're keeping track of how many saves he's made. Just all in all, Batmobile seems to be a great change for him, just being able to win more 50-50s, and then his speed, being able to get to the ball faster, everything works out for him. But we'll have to see, because defense, although it can hold out for long, if you're not scoring, and the other team is, you're gonna lose.
Shot from Vince is straight on top of the backboard, and that's going to leave it to Seth, who couldn't get that shot in. Now it's going to leave it to Zane Jackie. He's going to try to switch sides. Otto does get the miss, so Zane does have an opportunity, but he doesn't get the touch that he's looking for. And now Sathu, another 1v1 opportunity, very dangerous. Great flick coming in from Sathu, puts him up 2.
Again, Sathu, the guy with the ground game, picks up this ball, sees Zol. He knows what he has to do to get past him. Amazing flick, just getting to the upper section of the net, bringing Take 3 their second goal. Already up 2-0, still 3 minutes left in this one.
Chicago mentioning in chat that he was apparently being jealous that he was a ones player. But to be fair, moments like that is when ones really does come into play. And now sitting here on the wall, we've got Zane Jackie passing that to the middle, but interrupted by Chicago. And now Vince going to create an opportunity with that, but he's not going to be able to prevail with anything. So that's going to be Zol. Keeps that up in the middle. Chicago pass off the backboard. Third teammate's not going to roll through here. We're sitting halfway through this game. We're going to need to see some aggression from Applesauce, unless they want to start singing the na 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 hey hey goodbye song. I don't remember the title of it, so I guess I'm just going to go with that.
Serenity, please. But so far, Applesauce, they've kept control. Ball's been in Take 3's, and for the most part, that's a great shot.
Chicago. The double touch doesn't prevail though, but the rebound from Hano is going to get off the bar down, and another shot on net, and the crossbar and post are just their enemies right now.
Absolutely. Crossbar hasn't been working out for them, but they're doing a good job still trying to keep possession. They have enough time, 2 minutes to score 2 goals. As long as they can keep on this offense and actually be accurate with their shots, because the only thing that was wrong with those plays were that they were just inaccurate, hitting the bar or hitting the post. They can keep up on that accuracy. They can score.
With here, we're sitting at a minute and a half, still within that 2-goal deficit. As that ball is now sitting in the midfield, off the backboard. Chicago, opportunity is there, and that's going to prevail as both players from Take 3 went up and left that goal wide open.
Yep. Chicago comes with a shot, baits out 2 members of Take 3, both who fail to get a touch. Zane Jackie's in the corner at that point. Chicago wide open net, seals the deal. Now they only need 1, but they got a minute and 27 seconds left to do it.
Still close and still possible, but this kickoff went in favor of Take 3. Zane Jackie didn't have enough speed to really carry anything out with that play. Leaving that over to Vince. It's that right to Chicago. He doesn't get the touch he's looking for, so that's going to go to Sathu. Takes a shot on net, leaving that to Zol. Zol is going to try to create an opportunity. He's going to nail it, and that's going to tie it up right there with a minute left.
Great shot from Zol. Ends up getting the flick past Zane Jack. He knows all he has to do is beat Vince, who's on his way toward his own net. Doesn't get up to backflip the shot because Zol put a lot of speed on it. Now, tied up, a minute and 8 left to go. We could very well see overtime.
Sitting at a minute left to go here in this Shift Pro League 3v3. I'm more than excited to be able to cast the first matchup here. As we've got Zane Jackie over to Zol. Leaves that opportunity for Sathu. Once again, we don't want to see him have space. But another backboard play. Hado can't convert on the opportunity there, and that potentially could cost them, as we'll see if we're going to be able to create a counterattack now from Take 3.
Yeah, Applesauce, accurate so far on the touches. Baiting out Take 3, they need them to make saves. Take 3, they have to get quicker to the ball and then start putting more shots, and we've seen them on offense when they have time, but no, an open net, that's going to go in.
Ooh, that's going to be unfortunate, as within 25 seconds, it left that ball straight open as two players from Take 3 took that, or ended up whiffing the ball and left that wide open net for Zol. Very unfortunate, but we'll see if Take 3 can answer back as quick as possible.
3 unanswered goals in the past minute from Applesauce. It's going to be very tough for Take 3 to come back into this one, as the whiffs are starting to come out and they just haven't been as on point as we're used to seeing this so far this tournament. 10 seconds left. We'll see if they can make something happen.
Sitting at 7 seconds, Vince is over on his own end. This is going to be looking more and more difficult as a carry line. He's going to try to take that to the wall before the timer goes out. He is successful, but Zol is going to carry that to the other side. Unless someone's to touch that, they're not going to. And Applesauce is going to carry on to the semifinals.
What a game. Applesauce come in, they lose the first one, but then they come back and take 2 straight. And then in the last game, Take 3 looked strong to win. Then Applesauce come through 3 unanswered goals and then hold off with 30 seconds left on the clock. A very exceptional performance by those guys, and they're going to move on, I believe, to the semifinals. What a match. Fernandez? Have we lost Fernandez? I think we have. Either way. So, until we find Fernandez, we're going to take a look. Yep, Take 3 moving on to face Ninja Minotaurs in the semifinal matchup. Guys, if you've been paying attention to the bracket, Revival has also playing the Muffin Men in the semifinals. Revival.
They were able to come back to it.
Oh, wait. I hear Fernandez. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, you're back.
Did I disappear?
You did. But you're back now.
All right, we've returned. Either way, something had disrupted. I think the production team will let me know if something just happened. My camera died. I think I need to get back on. Do I not need to get back on? Something.
Oh no, you're fine. What we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna send it over to our next lineup, which I believe is Adatape and Achieves. They're gonna be casting the semifinal matchup. We're gonna get these guys tossed in here in just a second. But yeah, let's just talk about that last matchup for a second.
Yeah, I agree. I think one thing that was great was just to see, and I'm curious to see coming forward what Vince's change to the Batmobile will impact. We kind of saw a taste of it tonight, and I'm wondering if there's going to be a possibility that if he's going to stick to it, because I think tonight he played phenomenal on both the offensive and especially the defensive end. So we'll see if he's going to be able to stick to that Batmobile choice, or depending on, I guess, what carries out.
Yeah, but talk about Applesauce just for a bit. I mean, if you come in and you look at just team names, you see their team, but you never would have thought they would end up taking out the Take 3 roster. And in my eyes, those guys are very exceptional. I've talked to a couple of them, Vince and Safi, on a personal level. Those guys are very cool players, and they always have a cheer from Daz in the back of their minds. So
I think we all cheer for you, Daz. I think we all do. When you have Snazzy Dazzy, and I just have the hardest name to pronounce in Rocket League, I think we know where we stand here. So.
But yeah, seeing those guys get knocked out, very sad for me. But Applesauce, I will give them credit. Performed exceptionally well. I mean, you go on a 3-goal run in 1 minute. At game 3, you're down 2-0, and you just go 1, 2, 3, right back. Like, okay, all we have to do is hold out, and they end up doing it. It's just, I'm happy for them, and they're gonna move on to the semifinals to face Ninja Minotaurs. We are getting ready though to throw it over to Achieves and Adatape. They're gonna take you guys on to the next match. My name's Dazarin. Join with me was Sfernaday.
Yeah, it has been great to be here, guys, for the introductory and reincarnation. There we go. I think that's what I was looking for earlier of Shift Pro League. So looking forward to it for the rest of the night, guys. But as always, we're going to throw it over to Ed Tape and Achieves.
All right. That was an absolutely insane matchup. Of course, I'm Achieves. You saw me on the desk earlier, but longtime absentee, man, myth, legend, the man with the best beanie around. It's Tape. How you doing, my man?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing a blast, and I'm doing even better seeing that you're wearing your RLCS Season 3 land shirt. I'm wearing it as well.
Look at that. Oh my God. We didn't even plan that. That's incredible.
The man's got the style
level. Yeah, it's great to be back. I took a bit of a break, and this is my first casting gig back, and I'm so happy to be a part of the relaunch of Shift, and it's really hype. I'm loving it.
Yeah, really hype's the right way to put it, especially after that absolutely insane game 3. Take 3 going up against Applesauce. I mean, Take 3, solid lead early on. Just couldn't quite pull it through. As we said, 3 unanswered goals at the end, 25 seconds, an open goal winner. And I actually kind of look for Applesauce to continue, ride that momentum. They're ready to go here. Like, you come off a great comeback victory like that in game 3. It's hard for me to bet against those guys. What do you think, Mr. Tape?
I think for sure that was an impressive comeback. 3 goals in a minute. I mean, it's going to be tough, but we also haven't seen Ninja Minotaurs play just yet, at least on streams. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly how they come out and how aggressive they are, and it's going to be good. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, and we are now into the semifinals. These will now be a best of 5. Let's go ahead and get things started. 5 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1. There's the kickoff. And it is going to be Ninja Minotaurs on blue, Applesauce on orange. And it's going to start off Chicago slowly out into the corner. Some great early game kickoff pressure coming out of Ninja Minotaurs as Go Rocks go. That man also gone out of the competitive Rocket League scene for a long time. Good to see him get back here and play this one out here on Shift. No problem for Zolhe. Chicago on a dribble out of the midfield. Oddly enough, unchallenged. And Sham with a long bomb that might find the back of the net. Zol takes his time, notices it's wide, doesn't catch it cleanly, and Sham makes him pay. It's 1-0.
Yeah, Zol's going to be real upset that he let that one go. It was a very, very good read by Sham. As soon as he saw Zol take that U-turn, he knew he needed to get up and just hit that into the net. It was a great goal by him.
Yeah, Geschwind as well, teammate alongside here, Go Rocks and Sham. That's a guy who I've had the pleasure of playing against more than a few times out in the solo standard arena. A man to be feared, so definitely looking for him to step up today. What a fake from Go Rocks, go out of the corner. Allows the pressure to stay up here for blue team, and the long clear coming through from Applesauce. But overall here in game 1, Mr. Tape, we've seen some pretty solid aggression come out of Ninja Minotaurs. Applesauce just kind of struggling to push the ball out of their own end. I thought they'd come in here with a little bit more fire, but a little bit flat to start off.
Yeah, we saw this in the last series. They took a bit of a slow start in that game 3, and then ended up taking it real good. And that was so close from Sham. Yeah, and they really need to step it up here. They're feeling the pressure for sure.
And again, some brilliant corner play. Geschwind, a man after my own heart, using the cereal box that is the Dominus. And a long clear there from Hato, no problem for Go Rocks. Geschwind has to let that one go, doesn't think he can reach that one, and that will come off the backboard and no problem for Go Rocks. Towards the net, no problem. Geschwind, what a reaction. Second chance. Sham kind of hovering, says, is anyone coming? No, what a touch. Is it going to slow roll? It's a race. Yes, it will. Geschwind from his own net.
Yeah, just caught the rotation there and found the gap with the clear, and what a flick. Going the opposite direction and just flicked it behind him and got a goal out of it. Not sure it was intentional, but he'll claim it, I'm sure.
It's always an amazing thing too. It shows you how much power you really get off the corners of those cars too. He really didn't look like he hit that hard, and it just went the full length of the field so quick.
Yeah, that's that cereal box corner. It's got all of the powers.
All of the powers. Zol, ooh, played a little bit of mind game with Geschwind coming out of the net, and there's the pass. Who gets it? Hato intercepts. As we approach the halfway point here in game number 1, it is a best of 5 as mentioned, and Ninja Minotaurs, they've been hanging out for a little bit, and they're definitely coming out here ready to play. So they're kind of putting the screws to Applesauce here in game 1. Chicago wants to and can't find it.
Yeah, Geschwind pretty comfortable up to this point. There has been much threat on their goal here as he gets it in the corner, then Gorax Go is going to put it into the other corner. This is a lot of good pressure, and they've got their clears covered. It's looking kind of rough for Applesauce at this point.
Ooh, a demo attempt in the net from Zol. Tries to run a little bit of interference, and they all just bail out. I think Hato in the midfield, very lucky to come up with possession for this ball, and Chicago wants the block. He keeps it in play, but nobody to follow up. First goal-scoring opportunity from Applesauce gone by the wayside, or at least the first really strong goal-scoring opportunity. They have amassed 4 shots so far, as have Ninja Minotaurs. But other than that, the scoreboard looking very sparse, and Gorox kind of chilling as well down there with the goose eggs across the board as well.
Yeah, those 4 shots make a lot of difference if it's 50% versus 0% on the goal ratio. So this is looking real comfortable, like we said, for Ninja Minotaurs. We'll see if, I don't know, maybe we're in Applesauce time at this point. In that game 3, this could be their time to start putting on the pressure.
Well, if they were worried about their quarterfinals matchup, they at least have a couple extra matches to collect their thoughts here in this series versus the Ninja Minotaurs. Some great passing. Their Chicago Gorox doesn't get credited a save. Heart goes out to you, friend. You can enjoy your 65 points on the scoreboard still as we approach the 1-minute mark here. Weak clear from Chicago allows the pressure to stay up. No problem for Hato. Zole has to read a bit of an awkward bounce. Lets it go. It came way out. Cham wants the right side, and Chicago stays with him. No problem. We're past 1 minute. It's a long call for them to answer here for Applesauce. But, I mean, what do you think? They at least put 1 on the board?
Yeah, if they get 1 in the next, 25 seconds or so, then there's anything possible at that point. We'll see. They really need to put on the pressure here, but I'll tell you what, Ninja Minotaurs clears and just defensive pressure is top-notch, so they're going to have to do something special. Oh, so close. Good save by Sham, though.
So close is the right way to put it. It was a beautiful air roll, and that's a great pass. Unfortunately, the positioning not quite perfect for the Minotaurs, and thankfully the pressure will stay up. An awkward clear gives Sham a chance to push forward. Chicago actually gave ground there out of the midfield and ended up winning the 50. But 15 seconds left. Game 1 looking like an all but foregone conclusion, but this was still a pretty good sign. Despite them not really getting 1 on the board tape, I still think Applesauce at least found their offensive footing. It was good to see them down onto the other side of the pitch at this end of game 1, and we'll see what the rest of the series has.
Absolutely. Again, we'll call it Applesauce time. They definitely put on a lot of pressure in that last minute, and we'll see if maybe they can do it in the first half of the next game and hopefully take an early lead and put this into a game 3. But I'll tell you what, Ninja Minotaurs is looking real strong. They put a really good performance in there.
Yeah, definitely putting on a strong offensive as well as defensive showing. They racked up 5 saves total to the 6 shots coming out of the Applesauce squad. So really interesting to see if that defense starts to break down, or if they kind of just, hey, they really didn't have to do too much on defense. That leads me to believe that the offense kind of one-dimensional for Applesauce. So what do you think they have to change moving here into game 2?
I think that really they need to get some good passing plays up the sides. A lot of their clears were a bit weak when they needed to be a bit strong, and vice versa. So just making those right challenges and maintaining that possession and putting some offensive power into it.
We'll see how things play out. It's a great start. Is this one Chicago soft tap? And unfortunately, just off target, Geschwind secures the clear, and another solid tap out of the corner. Some great aggression again to start off the ride here for Applesauce. And at this point, you kind of feel like it's only a matter of time before they find the back of the net. It's the pressure slowly building.
Yeah, and it's good to see. I think that this is what we saw in the last minute and a half or so of the last game, and they're trying to do it in the first minute and a half of this game. And I think that's what they need to do. They need to make sure that they're not being complacent here.
More pressure out of the midfield. It's been a solid 45 seconds before anybody in blue has really come into possession of the ball. And again, a weak clear from Sham does credit a shot, but there was no way that one was finding it the back of the net through the bumper of Hato. And again, Ninja Minotaur is really struggling to gain control of this ball. I'm curious what's causing that. You have to wonder if it's boost control or not.
Yeah, you know, I think that at the same time, they're fairly comfortable. I think besides that first effort on goal from Applesauce, they haven't really felt that threatened, even though they are getting a bit of a boost starve and feeling that offensive pressure. They're pretty comfortable with this so far.
Ooh, really aggressive challenge there coming out of Chicago. That will mean a long rotate for him. However, he has just returned to net. Zol and Hato able to apply just enough pressure on defense to buy him plenty of time. Bump attempt from Sham, almost going to matter. Hato able to regain his footing, however, and clear this one out. Finally, the Ninja Minotaur is starting to put the blocks on the ground, at least to start building upwards towards offense. And things are looking good here. It's a bit of a slow-paced game number 2. As you already said, really not too much high risk, high reward, high intensity defensive scenarios for each of these teams. I mean, to me, that spells whoever makes the next big mistake, like a whiff touch off the back wall, that's going to be the doomsayer.
Definitely. This reminds me of a lot of the RLCS play where it was defensive and big mistakes made, just cost huge. So I think that we're seeing that here. This is going to be down to the first mistake, and hopefully the other team can capitalize on it.
Sham able to stay with it. Kind of gets tied up tire to tire with Geschwind. Chicago able to get things going in the right direction for his team. Long clear, no problem for Zolhe. Straight down, that's a great pass. Zolhe too far forward, and the only one there for it, Geschwind. And oddly enough, in this game, neither team has really amassed more than 300 score. You can shut me up as Orange team finds the lower right-hand side.
There it is. What a play. Hit up the wall by Hato. Zola hits it back to Hato, and then Chicago puts it in near post, right ahead of Go Rocks Go. That's a great play. That's exactly what they needed and what was called for to get back into the series.
Forget the mistakes. That's all passing. Well done. A solid show of skill on offense. They might have a chance at 2. He wants the bump. He got it, and Go Rocks still able to find the ball and clear it into the corner. Ninja Minotaurs stave off destruction here in game number 2. And like you said, applesauce time. They're really feeling it here in game 2.
Yeah, and we'll see if they can get another one, then they'll be feeling really good. It's one of those situations where you don't want to overcommit, but you really want to consolidate that lead if you can.
Otto just high. There's a great back pass from Chicago. Zol not going to be able to connect with Hato out in the midfield. Chicago having just picked up a little bit of boost. Driving around, looking for some interference. Hopefully gets back in time for this defensive bout as Sham able to just go through. Zol on the other side. There was the pass. A great setup. Unfortunately, no connection. And this one towards the left side, no problem.
Yeah, good cover from Geschwind there, but I think that they're going to want that 1-2 back between Sham and Go Rocks Go. That was such a good opportunity to get this tied.
Well, a minute remaining. They've got plenty of time to do it. That one's way high up the back wall. A nice aggressive challenge from Geschwind. Another pass out into the midfield, stuffed away from... I was about to switch to the teams. I was about to say stuffed away by applesauce, and I was just thinking about how mushy applesauce can't really push things away.
Oh, yeah. Yep. There it is.
High up the wall. Long touch. No problem for Go Rocks. He knows it's wide. 35 seconds remaining here. The pressure once again mounting for applesauce. There's the net. Hato can't square it up. He got the ground pinch. It was a sure goal-scoring opportunity. Unfortunately, will stay clear. Sham wants 2 off the back wall. There it is.
Oh,
Sham with the equalizer. 19 left.
Sham with the hero play, the double tap from downtown. What a goal to bring this level.
You can't even do anything if you're Hato or Zol. You're rotating back to net. You can only watch and hope he misses.
That's one of the most difficult things to defend. That is such a great and important goal from Sham.
Well, it's more great passing, however, out of the applesauce squad as we move towards OT. We have 10 left towards the top of the box. Zol gets a little bit under the ball, throws it into the corner. The challenge from Geschwind gives a chance to clear. They have a chance at 0 seconds, and that will be kept away. It's OT in game 2. Who you got, Mr. Tate?
Oh man, I feel like all of the momentum is going with Ninja Minotaurs right here, but we know again applesauce time. This could be it. They did lose in the last series in overtime with a Vince goal, so we'll see what happens here. But I gotta say that Ninja Minotaurs got the momentum right now.
I'm on the applesauce squad. They've done such a great job of applying pressure here in this one. That's a chance. There's Chicago. Can't find it. Go Rocks able to come across once again. That's only his second save of the day, but he has been an absolute wall on defense in this game number 2 for the Ninja Minotaurs. And the demo from Zol, just not quite able to gain possession. However, Geschwind can't find it either. And there's the clear.
Yeah, lots of back and forth. Everybody is kind of holding back a little bit. Doesn't want to make a mistake, but here comes Chicago.
Ooh, he missed it.
Oh.
Feels bad, man. Applesauce all the way, baby.
What a goal from Chicago. A great hit off the backboard by Zol, and Chicago read it perfectly. Sham did not read it perfectly, and now we're going to a game 3.
Yeah, tough play for Sham. Advantage of position over to Applesauce. If you're in the net, you get that high touch off that back wall. Your only option, go up and try and read it. And when you've got that play developing in front of you, it's so much easier. Chicago makes no mistake, finds the back of the net. They equalize the series here at 1-1. Ninja Minotaurs, brilliant job in game number 1. Definitely putting Applesauce on the back heel, but they rallied well at the end of game number 1. And game 2, definitely seeming the other way around. So it's now on Ninja Minotaurs to find an answer to this pressure.
Yep, and I said going to a game 3 now. Of course, we're going to a game 3. But this is definitely an important one because, you know, this is the momentum. Whoever wins this one is going to have the winner in their pocket. So huge game here.
Yeah, the odd-numbered games in every best-of series. So important. Chicago, slow challenge, actually able to come up with a decent chance here for Zol. Spikes it towards the net, and Go Rocks again on defense makes another save.
Yeah, Go Rocks back there ready for these, and hopefully you hope that you're not going to get boost starved if you're him, because so far he's been good, but what a
can't
play.
make that one. Pass towards the corner, and Hatto smashes the top right.
Yeah, boost isn't going to help you there. The pass from Zol was perfect and then read perfectly. That's one of those passes where you get it in your Hatto and you go, this is it. This is going in.
I was made for this.
Yeah, well done by Zol to get that to him there.
So your cherry-picking practice put to good use. It's now Ninja Minotaurs towards the net. No problem, Geschwind. It would have been sick. And unfortunately, it's a breakaway chance here for Applesauce. Thankfully, it's just wide, but Chicago again. Advantage position, bar down and out. Geschwind keeps it clean. Second chance for Hatto, can't connect. Now it's a breakaway the other way. Geschwind, it's a foot race, wants the left side, not good enough. They covered just in time.
Yeah, back and forth end to end there. This is opening up like crazy. They know exactly how important this is, and both teams are going all out here for this one.
Soft tap, sidewall, Chicago, top of the net, another bar down and out. This one kept out by Sham and Go Rocks. What do you have to do to find it just under the bar? Chicago gotta be frustrated. Third chance, Go Rocks clears that one.
Applesauce is piling on the pressure here. That's like 3 or 4 crossbar chances and off the goal line clearances coming in from Ninja Minotaurs, and they are feeling the pressure.
Ooh, Go Rocks, big chance to clear the ball. Doesn't quite square up the pass to the proper side of the field, and Geschwind had to go and chase that one. Coming out of the side, Go Rocks, another pass to Hatto. It's been on point all series long. The passing between this Applesauce crew, of course. As mentioned before this whole series even began, they've been one of the longest standing consistent lineups. Who cares about that? Geschwind puts it one into the left side.
Geschwind from the midfield
What
line.
an air roll.
What a hit. I mean, that's one of those ones where you would just hope and pray that it keeps going up and hits the crossbar if you're on the goal line there, but it didn't. It was perfectly placed, and what a goal from Geschwind.
You remember them cereal box corners? That's them cereal box corners.
That's right.
I've always said Pluto has absolutely brilliant arrow shots. Geschwind, you've earned yourself the title of Pluto Light with that shot from me. It's now a Hatto. Can't find it. Clears that one away. We're approaching the halfway mark, and again, very even series. This one down around the top corner and no problem. A bit hesitant from Zol.
Yeah, I think what we're going to see in the second half of this game is a little bit more of a tentative take to things. I think we're going to go from this all-out assault at 0-0 to a little bit more of that classic I don't want to make a mistake situation.
Great passing play from Geschwind. Unfortunately, not quite enough out there. The pressure, as you said, of game 3. This one puts the winner in your pocket. Very important for these guys. Long touch for Go Rocks. How much boost does he have? He's dead empty. Really just applying the mental pressure of he might have it. This one, high touch. He collects the midfield boost. Skies up, wants 2, maybe 3, and Zol will clear that into the corner. Pressure from Sham. Under it, Geschwind misses the ball. Big chance here for Hado. Long touch off that back wall, and I'm sure he wishes that was a bit more above the net. Unfortunately, he has to go and get this one, and a chance to clear now from Ninja Minotaurs. Again, this time Gorok's not really sitting on the bottom of the leaderboard. It's Sham. He's only got 1 save. It seems every game Ninja Minotaurs having one guy kind of not generating a lot of score. And RLCS, you generate a lot of score, you tend to win games, and Applesauce all sitting pleasantly above 100. Is this one towards the net? There's 2. Zol can't find it. Chicago's going to leave it.
Yeah, unfortunately, they couldn't get that on goal. It was a good setup, but no chance for Hato to follow that up. And now it gives Ninja Minotaurs a chance to push forward here.
Solid save from Hato. Second centering opportunity. Can't find 3 from Go Rocks as Geschwind with the muscles out of the corner, and Hato able to clear that one out. Not the tightest rotations from Applesauce, but they escape from the equalizer. Hado, high off the back wall, no chance for Go Rocks. Left side, Geschwind can't reach it. You want to talk about placement, you found it in that one's hole.
Yes, that was a great placement shot from Zol. I would hope that he maybe saw Geschwind kind of inch forward to the center of the goal there and saw his opportunity to put it right behind him, and he did it. And wow, what a play. And Applesauce is looking really good now.
Kickoff in favor of Applesauce. Smashes it. That's a pinch clear. Go Rocks. Second chance. Chicago, no chance. Can't recover. It's 3-1.
Yeah, Go Rocks with the save here, but no chance of recovery. Geschwind went for it as well, so Sham up the field left the goal wide open. Go Rocks can't recover from that, and Chicago just putting it in above him.
And you know Chicago's wiping his brow. Yes. Get wrecked, crossbar. I had that one all the way.
Exactly. He got stick of the crossbar denying him, so he said, I'm putting this one in.
4th time's a charm. As the final 30 seconds begin to tick down here in game 3. What an air roll. Can't find it, however. Out into space. Gives Sham and Go Rocks a decent chance at gaining possession here. The bump from Zol. Gonna take that one out. Long touch. Geschwind caught pushing forward. The lead extends to 3.
Yeah, rotation's falling apart here for Ninja Minotaurs, and Chicago noticing that and just hitting that power shot from the other side, and perfectly placed. A much bigger target than the other ones, but still got to hit it.
Yeah, tough break there from Geschwind as well, out of the midfield. Kind of a bit of a blind spot. You kind of just push across, and then you say, oh, there's a guy right there, and by then it's too late. And that will more than put game number 3 out of reach. Applesauce have taken 2 in a row. This one, the first half of this game, absolutely brilliant between these two teams. Very fast paced. What a save. Don't know how that happened. So some cacophony of touches. Chicago wants to. He actually got it. I can't believe it.
Yeah, the 0-second hat trick for Chicago. And what a bounce off the corner for him perfectly. And he beats Hato there, which then beats all of the defenders on the goal line. So, yeah, congratulations to Chicago for that hat trick.
3 off the crossbar to 3 in the back of the net. No problem.
That's right. It's the double.
The man's on fire. the hat trick you don't want and the hat trick you do. But that is game number 3 in the books. Applesauce and Ninja Minotaurs here. Game number 1, fairly tight affair. Went to overtime. That went over to Ninja Minotaurs. Game 2, Applesauce. Or do I have that the other way around? Was game 2 overtime? I don't remember. Either way.
Game 2 overtime, yeah.
Game 2 overtime. So, yeah. Game 3, the first half. So tight, and then out of nowhere, I mean, the defense sort of fell apart for Ninja Minotaurs. Chicago, Hado, and Zol really finding that passing play, coming into possession, and again, Ninja Minotaurs not much of an answer, and now they find themselves back against the wall and backed into a corner. 2 in a row. Do they do it? Missed it.
Yeah, I think that they're looking for it for sure. I feel like they lost a lot when that first goal went in, even though they equalized after that. They lost a lot of momentum.
What?
Oh my goodness.
What?
dunk from Chicago. This is savage.
Oh my.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yep. Knew exactly what he was doing there. What a
Clip that
goal
one.
from Chicago.
Mr. Rockadailies, man, Alec. Yes, you can watch that one back. We'll talk about it on stream next time. But, oh man, what a kickoff from Chicago to start game 4 off on the right foot or what? And thankfully a chance to equalize. Sham's a little bit late. They will recover off the missed clear, but a brilliant start. Zolhe can't reach that one.
And obviously, you can come back from it, but again, to reference the RLCS finals, anytime that we saw a kickoff goal, it put the opposite team in a lot of pain. So I think that they'll look to close up shop here and put up on a lot more pressure. I think on the side of Ninja Minotaurs, they can't sit back too much. I think that they've been doing a lot of good pressure from the midfield into offense, and they just got to get the ball out of their defense here.
Very patient defending from Go Rocks. Zol gives ground, allows Hato to come up. Now Sham, weak clear off the back wall, chance to reacquire possession. That's exactly what you were talking about as well. They're just not quite able to really secure the ball out of their own half. They had a decent chance. Like, that was a pass off the back wall, and all they had to do was go up and get it or apply some pressure, and they're just seeming to give the ball over to this Applesauce squad.
Yeah, it's oh, here's a good chance for Geschwind, and
oh my goodness,
the 1-2 with Go Rocks Go. What a goal!
What a goal is the right way to put it. Geschwind, great control, notices nobody out in front of him. It is so easy to just bomb this ball downfield and say, it's okay, we're going to cover a lot of distance, takes on a dribble, baits the defenders forward, flicks it sideways, Go Rocks with the finish. That's a great equalizer.
Yeah, and again, they just got that chance to push out a defense, and they took advantage of it. They got to keep doing that and bring this to a game 5. Ooh, what a save from Hato.
Kickoff chance of their own for the Ninja Minotaurs. This one just going to skip off the wall. Advantage of position. Geschwind can't beat him, though. Too much distance to cover from the wall. Chicago clears that one high as well. Hato's second chance. Can't quite find that touch, and the pressure mounting from Ninja Minotaurs, and it's what they need. This is game 4. Winner take all. Single elim. It's win this or go home for Ninja Minotaurs. And they need this one bad, but Chicago applying pressure out of the midfield, steals the boost as well. Gonna make it a little bit tougher for that blue squad to push out of their own half. And 2 minutes elapsed here in game 4. I mean, do you think we see a repeat? Chicago beats them to it, picks the top right.
The upside down aerial coming in from Chicago. What a pass again from Zol. He's been doing some great passing for his teammates, and that placement on that upside down aerial was unreal. That was so good from Chicago.
The man's on fire. He hit the crossbar enough times. Would not be surprised the rest of the night. He nails the upper 90s all day. That headache from Hato doesn't have the boost to finish the job. Chicago's there. That's barred in.
Yeah, that was a good save coming in, but man, Hato made this with that fake. We barely got to see it there on the replay. Great save from Go Rocks, but then you're just at the mercy of if the attacker can finish it, and unfortunately for Ninja Minotaur, Chicago is there.
It's a tough break as well for Go Rocks Go. I mean, if Chicago doesn't put that off the bar or not super hard, he might have had a chance to recover, a chance to equalize. Sham off the bar, not equalize. My mistake. They're down by 2. I can count goals, but who cares? They put the ball in their own net. I don't believe it.
Yeah, this is just one of those confusing moments. Gets that rough bounce right into Chicago off the post. Hato tries to save it. Zol is underneath him when he gets that touch, and nothing you can do. And luckily, Ninja Minotaur has to sit back and go, we missed that, but it ended up being okay.
Sham in the chat, what a strike. That is the right way to put it. And if you're the Ninja Minotaurs, guys, that actually puts you right back in this game. Like, you don't care that you've kind of been under a lot of pressure, had a tough time really gaining control of the ball. The enemy team puts an own goal in, and you make 6 saves like that. Can't make the second when Hato finds the center of the net, and it's just so tough to come back into games for Ninja Minotaurs.
Yet again, Go Rocks with the insane save, and then Hato does so well there to know that Go Rock can only backflip in one direction, and he hits it right around him. And man, yeah, it's looking more comfortable for Applesauce at this point. But there's so many goals. We're only halfway through this game, just about.
Yeah, 6 goals could be in for a shootout here of game 4. Geschwind to Sham. He doesn't have a lot of room to work with. It's a great pass out to midfield, but the pressure not quite there. Go Rocks a little bit hesitant to push forward. As we reach the 2-minute mark here. Zol so patient off the top wall. Drives it away. Hato a little bit too aggressive, a little bit too early. They will have to give possession over to Ninja Minotaurs. Wants the bar down. Should be easy. What? Otto, a miracle save. Right side, there's two. And the lead stays at 2. Some sick defense from Otto.
Hato, what is he doing there? That was nuts. Those were some great saves from him, and he'll feel really good about that. I think that they can ride that high and see if they can see this out and end the series here, but Ninja Minotaur's putting on the pressure.
Rocks again, solid defensive effort to put this one away. Sham. Agreston from Hato. Geschwind just able to beat him out. Taps forward, unfortunately. Once again, possession over to Applesauce. Sham and Geschwind, patient in the net. Sham will challenge, just wants the boost, can't make it. And now time becomes a factor. We near the 1 minute mark, and if you're Ninja Minotaurs, that defensive sequence from Hato stuck in your mind right now. And now the task becomes that much more difficult.
Yeah, you gotta start thinking, how are we gonna get through here? And oh, here comes Chicago. Oh, so close. Just undershot that a little bit. But yeah, they really need to get this out. They need 2 goals, 45 seconds left. It's not looking great. They really need to put together an attack here.
Pressure mounting. Chicago drives all the way back to his own side. He's used baseball term. He's in the no doubles defense. Just say, if you long clear it, I got it. That's really all you have to do if your Applesauce. Becomes very difficult to score against any team who does that. Great pass. Sham can only watch the placement again, and that is more than likely going to seal the deal. It's 5-2.
Yeah, Hato's happy with that. That's a training situation when you get a ball like that. You're ready for it, and you've done that a lot of times. So that's a great finish from Hato. And yeah, I tell you what, this is a heck of a mountain to climb for Ninja Minotaurs at this point.
Perfect touch from Zola as well. A kickoff, had it went in their favor. You might have thought maybe, but under 20 seconds left, 3 goals. I gotta say, well played to the Applesauce guys. The pressure all game, the passing on point from these guys. They have really earned their way into these grand finals. It took them a game to get going, but as soon as they did, there's no stopping them. They'll put one in for pride, however. Sham makes it 3-5.
Yeah, the consolation goal coming in from Sham, and yeah, those are bittersweet. You're happy that you got that goal, but and Go Rocks went for the steal as well. But yeah, that's a bittersweet moment for them. And you're right, Applesauce has really come out after the first game and shown what they got.
Thought he owned goaled it at first, and I was like, well, there's still time. You don't want to do it quite yet. But game 4 in the books. Applesauce go 3 straight in this best of 5. They will advance into the grand finals. The GGs come out. Ninja Minotaurs will have to come back next time.
Yeah, what a great showing from them. I mean, they make it to the semifinal. It's a great situation for them. Applesauce is just, man, their pressure was insane. Not to mention some of the shots that they hit were also insane. And when you have that in your repertoire, then you're going to feel pretty good. And I think that they'll be feeling really good about the grand finals. I think we're about to see the other semifinal, which will be good to know what they're up against. But they're on a roll, and they'll be feeling really good going into the finals.
Yeah, and speaking of who they'll face in the finals, we're about to see that matchup. It's going to be the Muffin Men versus Revival, and that should be another absolutely insane matchup. The Muffin Men, Squishy, Torment, and Gimmick. Squishy and Torment, Gimmick, all formerly under Team Iris. They've separated from that name. They are their own squad now, and they have played some absolutely brilliant Rocket League together. They won the Team Beyond Astro number 4 back in April, and Gimmick is the guy who really absolutely stepped up and blew my mind. He's kind of the X factor for me in that squad. Squishy and Torment, phenomenal players, but if Gimmick, I mean, I've seen him play at an insanely high level. I would not be surprised if they are able to take down Chrome, Dapper, and Darkfire.
Yeah, these are 2 great teams coming up, and everybody's going to be real familiar with all these guys. But Gimmick, I've seen him be playing with Dapper and some other people on streams, and he is looking really good. So it's going to be a great matchup. Obviously, leftovers, they've got some Revival leftovers. Wow. Going back to for a second. Revival has got a great lineup. I mean, we all know Dapper, Chrome, and Darkfire coming back from being out of competitive for a little bit. He's probably got a point to prove. So it's going to be a great semifinal. I'm looking forward to watching that one.
Yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll get the other set of casters set up in the booth here. While we wait for that, let's go ahead, keep breaking this down. For those of you who are just joining us, we're about halfway through here of tonight's Shift Pro League tournament. It has been an absolute blast. ADAT Tape and myself just finished up casting the Applesauce versus Ninja Minotaurs. We've seen Applesauce take down Take 3 in the quarterfinals 2-1. They take down Ninja Minotaurs 3-1 here in the semifinals. We're about to go over to the Muffin Men versus Revival in our second semifinal matchup of the day. And beyond that, I mean, who knows what could happen? Applesauce waiting in the grand finals, Muffin Men Revival, $250 on the line at minimum. If you guys end up donating as well, that will go directly to the prize pool. And this is a winner-take-all tournament. Stakes very high, and we're very glad we got such a great turnout here for our return tournament.
Yeah, this is going to be a great one. And like you said, $250 up for grabs. I mean, that's a great prize pool for a Friday night, late night West Coast tournament. So I'm sure all of them are really stoked about that. They're so close, and this semifinal is going to be great. They're going to be looking to have a shot at that. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. And like you said, they have Applesauce waiting for them in the grand finals. And as we saw from Applesauce, I mean, they're not pushovers. They're going to be able to put up a fight. So, but first comes first, they've got to go through the semifinal. It's going to be really good for sure.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and throw to the next set of casters. That is going to be the man, the myth, the legend, Ninja Rider, along with the Australian Wonder. Biza, we'll let you take them through the second semifinal matchup. The Muffin Men versus Revival you're watching on Shift Pro League.
Welcome, everybody, to the second semifinals here. I'm Ninja Rider, in case you didn't know. I mean, all over the place. And with me tonight / today / tomorrow, sensation, Biza, my man, we're back.
We're back. We're finally hitting it. It's Shift Pro League back in its limelight. It's absolutely exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing the second semi-final come up. Revival and the Muffin Man. Oh, this is big. Just seeing the names, I'm almost starstruck in myself, Ninja Rider.
No, this is huge. I mean, we have RLCS finalists in Revival in the form of Dapper and his massive Fro, which does have its own sentience. I don't know how or why, but it does, I swear. Joining him will be Chrome and Darkfire. Now, I should note, Chrome obviously was on Genesis, so obviously there, but he was one of the original members of Revival back in the day. So, reviving the Revival up against the Muffin Men, the powerhouse of the community at this point, trying to make their name here at Shift Pro League.
Well, I think we're almost ready to get this go. It's actually a worthy shout out to let everyone know that the players are actually now playing for $300 Ninja Riders, so it's been upped by $50. So
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff. And I think it could keep going. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But essentially, that's 100 each for these players coming through. And well, the winner out of this one will be taking on the boys of the Applesauce, which will be a big battle. Well, we're getting set into this right now. Revival joining in. So are the Muffin Man. Best of 5, second semi-final coming at you. It's a Shift Pro League, a battle, Pacifica. Ninja Rider on the analyst spies are here ready for your call. And we might as well just take this away as the boys get right into it. There's the first kick-off. Stalemate's in the middle, sent out to the side. Boys starting quick. It's Gimwick. He's actually changed his name. It's the Gimwick. It's clever, isn't it?
Gimmick, nice.
Gimwick.
Oh, that's just cheeky. All to confuse you, Biza.
No, right? Get the Aussie out of sync and straight away. Well, it's we'll stick with Gimmick. We know it's there. There's a drop down squishy with an opportunity. Sets back out now. Zappa sends it forward. I'm just waiting for a Dapper play. We saw one at RLCS, absolutely amazing. More likely to see it once again. Torment sends this one out. I'm searching for the second touch. It goes wide for now, out to the corner of the fight as Darkfire gets moving. Back out to the defense. So the first real minute of this game, it's been back and forth. Players is filling out the lines of defense and seeing like they can find a hole.
Yeah, they really are trying. I mean, that huge defensive touch there from Chrome forces the offense to try again, but let's face it, Revival playing awesomely, and they don't usually play together, these players. So extremely impressive so far on the defense.
Darkfire forward. Inside touch is beautiful! He gets it! First goal!
Darkfire making his return known. They had taken on the powerhouse. The double touch, not having to touch the ground, off the backboard. What a great angle, just angling his card just right. Now, they take the early lead.
Back in the middle, squishy outside. Darkfire comes through, second man, played forward, Dapper. Darkfire will get the touch. Got 3 charging out at the moment. Muffin Man got to be careful on defense as it gets sort of put out of the line. Chrome charges. Gimmick waiting for one. Dapper strong on the point. It comes across. Darkfire for number 2. Boys of Revival are absolutely going off.
Gimmick tried to chase this ball down, and really Dapper just placed himself nicely. Torment rushing the play on the defense, I believe, trying to grab a little bit of boost, and Squishy was just not expecting it. I don't know what exactly he was thinking there, but he was right on the goal line, and all he had to do was jump. Didn't jump, probably hung his head in shame. 2-0.
Good start here by Revival. Muffin Man tested early, but it's a best of 5. Plenty of time in Rocket League to get themselves back into it, especially when there's not even halfway down. A save coming from Darkfire. Stepping up at the moment, Chrome forced on this, but this means an open top left. Darkfire reads it, gets across. That is a good save. Squishy on. Still the pressure's set. Now able to bring it out in the far corner. Clearance is needed here from Revival. Now it should come down. Darkfire looking for the control. Gimmick stops it in the middle. Set on Chrome. Redirection. Darkfire was interesting. Was looking for a bit of a stronger touch. Didn't get it in the end there. We're halfway down, almost in this game. First one. Do we see a goal to be scored by Muffin Man?
Yeah, Muffin Man just having a little bit of trouble cycling their way through the offensive. The defense of Revival as Darkfire shooting an absolute bullet here.
That's his hat trick, man. Look at it. Beautiful.
Oh man, you can't get much better than a power shot like that. Craigasm's in the chat.
Back in the middle at the moment. The one and only Darkfire. And hat-trick on the board. Muffin Man need to put at least a hard tag on, stop him from scoring anymore. Gimme carrying it across field. Darkfire with the block. He has been in everything. 3 goals, 3 shots, 4 saves. You have to set his assist because he's got all the goals himself, but there's still time left in this tournament. Interesting touch. Squishy with a challenge. It sets up to the edge of the box. Gimme gets up. Challenged by Dapper to 50-50. Back outside. Chrome sets it downfield. Touchdown by Squishy. Red by Darkfire. Revival looking for another one here. They don't want to let any goals go in. The pressure's still on. Darkfire right on the top of the roof. It pinches to the side. Chrome goes up. And Torment clears for now. It'll be interesting to see the defense of Muffin Man. They need to send this one out and get a connection with a midfield play. And that's so close by Darkfire once again.
Yeah, and you're seeing Squishy and Gimmick kind of getting on top of each other when they're on the offense, as Gimmick shoots one towards the net. No dice there this time. They're trying to build a little bit of momentum, but it's not working out for him.
Forward for Darkfire. He's wide at the moment. Chrome challenged, but 50-50 was there. Dapper turns the corner. It's tight for Torment, but he does enough to clear far side. Darkfire. Again, being all over it. Chrome has to sit here. Gimme comes across. Now down for Squishy. Needs to control, but the ball moving too quickly for him. Torment comes across. It's wide for now. Darkfire misses the clearance. Should be a goal, but Chrome comes along and saves the day. We're under a minute right now. We need 3 quick goals to come through. And there's the first from Squishy.
Yeah, Dapper looking for the doink, and he's just been battered and beaten all night tonight. And right there, just the own goal. It feels bad, man, for the Dapper Man.
Well, it's a goal on the board that Muffin Man needed. Now to bring the momentum into sync. Chrome forward. Gimmick. It's a clearance you want to... You got to go, but no one's followed up well with the attack. Able to get it out for now. Mick forward. Squishy holding out. Will come across here with the touch. Dapper in the side. Wants to come down. He does get the touch here. Last 30. Ticks down in red time. Chrome forward. Darkfire turning the car around and using the angles. Chrome goes for it, but it's high. You can see a play happening there, Ninja Rider, but not able to get it done. They need 2 quick goals right now.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is Revival's just going to keep it on that orange side. The Muffin Men not able to do anything. Can't get a decent clear out if Revival just chilling in the midfield.
Well, that'll be the end of the first game of the second semi-final. Revival taking it, and Darkfire, the noticeable person that's dominated this one from the get-go. 3 goals right down to him, pretty much scoring for his entire team. But all of just have a look at the stats there. all players with 4 saves, Chrome and Dapper performing as well. Not necessarily need to score. Let Darkfire do it all, but they're just strong right now. Muffin Man, if you put them on paper, Ninja Rider, they're meant to be the team in front right now, but it's completely against them.
Theoretically, you're right, but that's the thing. Darkfire, Chrome, and Dapper just playing so well, at least in that game. And really, a lot of that was set up for Darkfire. Darkfire did a great job being exactly where he needed to be to capitalize on anything the Muffin Men left open.
Well, the question's put down now for Muffin Man. They need to respond in this second game. It's so crucial that they don't let 2 slip, especially in the best of 5 going into the grand final. Don't want to be doing the reverse sweep in any tournament that they play. And so second game is certainly crucial for them.
Yeah, let's see if they're able to bring something out here as the Muffin Men. They have been known to just mix it up and try something a little bit different within the first game. They didn't try anything really different. It seemed like it was more of a feel-out game as the Lightning Storms descend upon Manfield Knight. We're just waiting on one. That was Chrome, and now he's in.
Set for game number 2 here. The Muffin Men set with a challenge. I'm sure they'll look to try and respond. Revival. Could call them a rival.
Yeah,
they've had a strong first game and they'll look to start again, Ninja Rider.
Yeah, there you go. There's the double commit from Torment and Squishy. I'm not quite sure if the Muffin Men are trusting each other right now, or it's just getting a little bit tired. I believe they are the East Coast, so a little bit late. As Gimmick shoots one through, puts him on the board early.
Interesting to see how Gimmick really got over to this ball, sort of waited out in the midfield point, gets over. It should have been a clearance coming from Dapper. Also had his teammate there, at least 1 or 2 touches, gets rid of the ball, but Gimmick's just holding out in the shadows, and it pretty much lined up for him. A good goal to start the game, and well, that's what they're looking for, to get in front with the first goal. Dapper up here. Able to get it as it goes past him. Squishy outside. Chrome put the pressure back on the goals. Does get held up by Squishy right now. The attack should be relieved as it heads out to the midfield. Chrome forward. And it's a touch that floats. In fact, I've never seen a ball float so long in the air. That's some hang time indeed. And Darkfire sends it on. It's going to go bar down. Saved by Torment.
The crazy part about that play, the crazy part about that offensive play there was Chrome was there. He spotted the goal, and I think he thought it might go in. So he actually canceled the fly out towards the ball. If he would have flown for that ball, he probably would have went in.
No matter what, if you think it's going in, you still should just go. Don't ever cancel out. Make sure it's 100% guarantee in any game of Rocket League. Here's Chrome. Out to the side, Darkfire holds up, at least gets the rotation set. Chrome not heading back. This will be risky play. He sets it up for Darkfire. Now the strike to come here. Dapper, good spot. He gets the touch. Squishy just does enough to get out to the side of Chrome. Right in front of the hot zone, and this is left open goal. Squishy gets the touch and puts in the second.
Man. Squishy bringing out the soccer plays right here. Watch this right here. Gimmick passes it up, and Squishy, realizing he's too far ahead of it and knowing he needs to be on that side of the ball, actually crosses with the ball behind him, not afraid that it's going to touch him at all. Just lightly tap on the brakes and slam her home. Great play coming out here from the Muffin Men.
Yeah, to talk about the risk of revival right on the corner. It was Chrome that went up when traditionally you see a rotation going back and holding that third man. Now all 3 were up, and then it got counted to come back out. So they're going to be really careful. Dapper!
Pass play! Pass plays galore here. Watch his Dapper from his own penalty box. Pass up to Chrome, right back at him. Ping, pong, bam, in. No big deal for Dapper in the power shot.
Oh my goodness. Well, give him a game, a controller, and let Dapper do some work. Torment very quickly looking for a response. And it's Dapper there to save. Why not? Chrome now coming out of the D. Gonna hold the ball in front of the car. Look to put on the nose. Doesn't have the momentum. Darkfire now. Wants to turn it over to top. Torment forced with the 50-50 with Dapper. He gets juked out by Squishy. That was interesting as Darkfire. He's missed the pinch off the wall. Does come down. That's flying it at the moment. Everyone's sort of nervous as the game 2 gets halfway down. It's Dapper to come down on this. Squishy reads it.
Chrome was a little bit too far up on that play, and he couldn't make anything happen. They're still down by 1. Darkfire off the backboards. Still nothing happening. Chrome is up. Challenges with Torment as Dapper trying to center this up for Darkfire. No, Gimmick is there first. Darkfire had to run around quickly. Great game read there by Darkfire, showing that his return to RL has been quite fruitful.
Yeah, Gimmick was right in a good spot there and just saved to turn around. Just really quick on the controls. Great reaction timing. That's what they're going to need right now. They are a goal down here, Revival, but essentially we want this to be a 1-all series, Ninja, right? I want it to go to 5 and a golden goal in overtime. That's every series for me.
I mean, everybody wants to see that, especially against these with these guys. These guys are the stars of the Rocket League community, and they've decided to play tonight here at Shift Pro League. Want to thank everybody for coming out and that $300 prize pool. How awesome is that?
1:35 on the clock. Little squishy out to the corner, does nothing with the ball. It's Dapper that does everything with it. Oh, and Gimmick on the line. There was 2 there as well. Saving it very close. Dapper wanted a goal number 2 and a potential tie-up. Chrome charging out of Darkfire as well. Dapper last man has to get up and make something happen. Squishy's there. 50-50 out to the pocket. And now Gimmick to clear. What will they do with this? Gimmick almost!
That crossbar just came in handy, slamming on the woodwork is the ball, and now a setup from Chrome. Darkfire's up, Dapper rotating back. Not going to happen, though, as Torment tries to get it out of his zone. Not working out here with less than a minute. 1-2 here in favor of the Muffin Men. Still, Revival trying their best to make sure they can take this game as well.
They're hunting, and there goes Dapper again. Every shot, every turn of that car has been on point tonight. Still can't get it in. The defense holding up the Muffin Man right now. Gimmick with a chance. Brings it right in front of goals. Need to come back out to the box, Gimmick. Give your teammates a chance to strike. Hesitant to go at the moment. Torment across goal. Squishy going to shadow, and this time he whiffs off the wall. Not easy maneuver to get the ball as it's just hanging down now, sent forward for Dapper. He misses the chance here. Chrome as well. Torment gets the touch. Squishy sets back to his own goal. Chrome's in a good spot here. So is Dapper. They fight over it. Darkfire should be able to go.
Possible.
The dying seconds of the game. Should have been a shot on. And I think this is going to go the other way. Unless they keep this one up, Ninja.
No, Torment was there. A great kill by Torment. And I like that final screen there. That was awesome. Squishy did leave the match. He's probably going to change his car up. But I would like to note, the Muffin Men have not dropped a game all tournament until they hit Revival. We have one heck of a semi on our hands. This one has been absolutely crazy, Biza, with shots galore coming out from Dapper. Like I said, the guy's coming off of RLCS on a high. He played so good.
Yeah.
So good in RLCS. And I talked to him a little bit on Sunday. He said he was a little bit bummed that he couldn't play on Saturday, but he did graduate high school. I did congratulate
I saw
him.
that.
So obviously, everybody in chat should congratulate him. He did make it through high school, and good on his parents for making him attend.
Well, it's really, he sort of made his name in RLCS this season, and it's sort of like it's like, hey, I'm not going to go to the end of the grand finals, but I'm going to certainly make a mark where you guys are going to need to watch me come the next season and the next season and the next season. I think the players right now for Rocket League are starting to come in. It's teams that are going to be molding and staying together for quite a while, and we're going to go past beyond 4, 5, or 6. It'll be 10, 20, I don't know. The way it is, it's crazy with Rocket League right now. I'm just enjoying it. But these two teams, I'm glad to see it's tied up right now. It's a good response coming out from the Muffin Man. The first game just looked like they were struggling a lot. Just getting that synergy, the pass play. It's still slightly struggling. We're not seeing them come in as proficient as we would. But Revival, dropping this game, they need to be careful how they go about this third one.
Yeah, you're right. They do need to be a little bit careful. But they do need to change up their play a little bit as the Muffin Men. Oh, that's a shot on net. A little bit wide there for Dapper. Dapper again feeling it. But I have to say that, the Muffin Men are going to definitely have to change things up a touch. Revival does adapt quite well, especially Dapper. He's known for adapting.
Well, he was being a pest in the goals right then. That's a little bit of butt play. All right, well, 4 minutes and 25 now into this game. Let's see how we go. Gimmick. It's forward as Dapper challenge. It's been all over the play. 50-50 is counting the most. Brought out by Squishy. Far along right now. There's a demo onto Torment. Stops that third man strike as Squishy gets out to the moment. Doesn't need it. Gimmick. He's mistimed the jump. Had to get over the defender, Ninja, and that's probably why it went so high.
Yeah.
Torment will challenge here.
Totally had to get over the defender there, but it was a great play coming out. The offensive rotations of the Muffin Men are definitely on point. They just need to get something into that net quickly.
Someone out to the side, holds up. Dapper forward. Doesn't get the second, Lex boost. Chrome with a challenge. Gimmick will hold on the corner. Chrome gets it back. Doesn't line up in front of him, so gives Torment a clearance all the way down to the forward pocket here. Muffin Man looking for this first goal. Here comes Squishy. Oh, the bucket! Darkfire!
No Devo play there for Squishy. Still, they're going to have to retreat for some boost because that was a cracker of a play. Still 0-0 here as Torment advancing. Chrome's going to challenge this and throw it on down that far side. Gimmick stopping the play completely. Pops it up for Dapper, does Chrome. Dapper up for Darkfire. Tries to slow it down, get a little bit of a change of trajectory there for the defense, but now Squishy sets it up. Not going to work out. Still a massive, massive display of skill here in the midfield, Visa. And with 3 minutes left, it's anybody's game still.
You talk about the man that was on fire, Darkfire, but we're going to go straight down to the other side. Gimmick with a goal. Comes through and slams it home.
Look at this Torment with a direct pass. Actually dunks on Dapper, who's trying to block a high pass. Obviously meant you can only cover so many angles, and Dapper and his Furrow could not do that.
Well, if you just joined us, this is Shift Pro League, Battlecar, Pacifica. We're in the semi-final, number 2. And right now it's tied up at 1-1. This game decides the lead, and Torment comes through, breaks the protractor, sends the second goal in for his team.
Look at that. I mean, the compass was needed with this one. That was all the way in the corner.
Bardowski's too.
Oh, and Bardowski with style does Torment. 2-0 here. Revival find themselves down here in Game 3. Luckily, the series is tied, so plenty of time here in this best of 5.
Muffin Man well and truly with the momentum, and it's carrying through at the moment. Dapper being so dominant for his team. Needs to step up and put a goal in. At least get it coming back now. Darkfire had the hat-trick in the first game in this series. He's gone to sleep, but
there you go.
We shall see if they go. There's going to be a touch off the wall. Squishy on the wrong side of that one. And sent back out, and now Dapper with time. He's got on top of the notes, lifts it up. We see this a lot. Has to be the slot down from Darkfire. Waiting for it. The underside was Torment. Every day of the week, he says.
Hanging out here at the top of the net. That should be his podcast name right there, but we're 2-0 here. Revival trying to make a comeback. Definitely starting to mix it up and try some different plays, but really Squishy just able to read everything and probably where they need to be. A bullet coming through, but a block by Gimmick will keep this one at 2-0.
That was an interesting pinch. I thought he was running out of boost, but no, there was a calculated pinch coming forth. Dapper again. Darkfire. Not convincing touches, so we do see the Muffin Man. The ability to clear with ease. Not much challenge on the congestion. There's a 50-50 out. Chrome gets it to the middle. Squishy electing for the corner. Needs a second here. Does get it on. Chrome there to bring this one out. 1:20 remaining on the clock. It's coming down the crucial time. And Revival, well, they're down 2 goals. Need to score one now, Ninja.
Yeah, they need to score one now. That's why you're seeing the triple commit. All 3 players on that orange side. Now they're going to have to scramble back to make sure Squishy can't make a play. Torment out of the corner. Gimmick decides not to go for it. And a pass up to Darkfire will net them a clear. Squishy popping this up for himself. Someone trying to get there. Torment, no Dapper with the touch, and Chrome actually knocks his own teammate out of the way. Starting to get a little bit desperate here with less than a minute.
There's nothing like a roof play. You cannot read it. Difficult. Squishy almost does it. Torment forward. Now for the angle. Dapper, the 50-50 comes back down. Squishy's got a good line here. It's going to be off the top. Squishy trying to guide it down. Incoming Torment, spot down and out. Gimmick, that's hard one, has to get up on a reaction point. And it'll be set back out to the corner. Squishy soft touch. Defense back in line here for Revival, but time is completely against. They need a quick goal, and it's coming across. Gimmick to block this one up. Dapper just out of position. Chrome, awkward for him. He looks to bring this in. Darkfire reversing. The blinkers were on, and that's how it's going to end in this game. The Muffins Man taking a game serious. Not going to say it yet. It's Chrome with an over-top goal with 1 second remaining.
Wow. So Chrome just kind of hanging out here, grabbing some mid boost and chilling in the midfield, and just decides, you know what, I'm going to go for it. Finds top shelf, knocking down all the good stuff. They have 1 second left, Biza. If they can keep it in the air, there is a possibility here.
They have to do this. Oh, it's not going to go up. It'll be slammed to the ground. The Muffin Man picking up the third game, and the second game for the boys, taking the lead in this series. Oh, what a game we're being treated to right now, Ninja Rider.
Yeah, Squishy Muffin's doing a great job there on that last kickoff, just making sure the ball stays on the ground. As soon as they touch, the timer does start, as everybody knows. So all they had to do, kill it, make sure it does not move at all. And Dapper, knowing that will probably happen anyways, obviously kind of conceded a little bit. He probably could have been a little bit more aggressive, but with an Octane, it probably wasn't going to pop up anyways.
You talk about Dapper being aggressive. The first game was Dapper aggressive. It was Darkfire aggressive as well. And then the second and third, they just backed off. And that's because the Torment and Squishy, they've started to move really quickly, meet the 50-50s and start to win. Revival, like, oh, well, if we're not going to win, we just need to back off a little bit and play that play. But it's reactive. They're going to go back to what they're doing in game one. Challenge everything. Hot on the ball. Darkfire needs to score. Dapper's playing off his mind at the moment, but he just can't do it himself. His teammates need to help him out.
But that's the thing, though, is, the Muffin Men really just targeted Dapper in that first game. I've seen him get bumped and banged all around. And anytime he was near the ball, somebody was also near the ball from the Muffin Men. So I think what we need to see is Chrome get a little bit more involved. Obviously, that last goal will probably give him a lot of momentum. That said, Darkfire and Chrome work very well together. And I think Dapper just kind of coming in and being that solid third. They seem to have their roles mixed up a little bit. I didn't say that correctly. Chrome is trying to be the third in that last game, and I think Dapper is the one that needs to kind of back off and be that defensive powerhouse that he is.
Well, it's game number 4 here. We're underway. The Muffin Man with the round points ready to go. They take this one. They will take on Applesauce in the grand final. Looking forward to it, but potentially could go to a game 5. Chrome with an opportunity. Dapper sets it off the backboard. Squishy reads. Darkfire holds up on the ball. Essentially past 2. Gimmick the last man. Just turns it out to the side. He's been bumped. And now Dapper. Oh, that was close. Almost threads the needle. Chrome not able to get the favourable touch. He sets back down. And the clearance coming here from Darkfire.
Trying to get some plays going here. A lot of bullets coming at the net, but somebody always seems to be back for the Muffin Men. Able to cover the goal quite well. But Dapper trying to make plays here. Squishy coming out of net and off the wall. That's near side. Squishy sets it up for Torment. That's towards the net. It would have been backboard, I think, but Dapper knocking it away anyways here with 4 minutes left. Lots of action coming out here in game 4. Muffin Men trying to close this out.
Darkfire pinches off the back line, goes over the top of Squishy, and the follow-up there from Dark. He gets demoed in his efforts. Dapper forward, forced onto it. Now that's the third rotation out. The reset from Dark will be able to grab this one. He has to get up in the field, but the pace not there with him. Squishy, long Dapper has the side on this. Gimmick across, they take out the goal line. Here's a shot potentially coming. Gimmick's overshot this one. Torment just sort of lingering, not knowing whether to go. Almost threads it through. Is now pushed back out. Darkfire low on boost, sends it into the middle. Chrome wants to lift it on top, doesn't get the lift. 50-50, drops the ball dead in front of the goals. Torment, he does it himself. He should be able to get this in. He does.
What a bump here. Darkfire found himself in a really awkward situation here. Not quite sure what to do. Trying to get around the ball, and Torment just takes advantage. Savagely slamming that boost button and slamming the ball home.
Well, Torment with the first. And it's almost been 2 minutes of insane Rocket League play. These guys working extremely under intense pressure. Gimmick gets up. Chrome dropping his right down. Dapper has a good spot. Lets it go. Just needed that soft touch out to the side. Redirection. Highly favourable. Darkfire brings it back in. Squishy now out. Goes to the second. Knocked completely back.
Here we go.
And the reset's on. This is downfield, almost up top. Squishy cleans it. Almost halfway down in this fourth here, Ninja Rider.
Yeah, we are just about halfway down. Still 1-0 in favor of the Muffin Men. But I can tell you this, Revival starting to get close. They can smell another goal happening. The gunpowder from the explosion of the ball slamming net popped up here. Squishy. Darkfire killing that play. Dapper with a shot. Top shelf, we're tied.
You speak about Dapper being strong all night. He sort of gets himself in his positions. And this is the one that actually counts the most. Gets over the top, had a defender in his way, goes around him, and then turns the car to get the nose onto the ball, just bouncing that one in. We've seen him go on high lately, and just and miss. That one was a crucial goal.
Yeah, it was a great bounce shot. I saw him do it a couple of times while screaming at RLCS. An absolute bomber, and it confuses opponents all the time because, I mean, let's face it, they're expecting bullets from high-level players, and it's just one of those things, the little change-ups that you can do to make the game go your way.
Dapper again! Oh! He's lighting it up! Don't worry about anyone else, it's Dapper Show!
It is the Dapper Show. No Dapper Doinks here. This is a bullet turning themselves upside down to make sure that one gets through Gimmick. Gimmick trying to read that play, but he was just going way too fast on the defense. Still 2-1 here. Plenty of time for the Muffin Men to catch up.
Well, Revival, they want a game 5. They smell blood. Spot in the water, Ninja. They want it. Squishy up high. We're under 2 minutes.
Today. There's blood in the water.
Torment has to get up to block this. It doesn't work. Darkfire. He steps into the match at the perfect time.
Oh my God, Darkfire with the solo plays here off the backboard, just popping it up here. And Torment, that's a tough read for him as the ball was kind of going away from him. But man, 3-1 here. Like I said, the Muffin Men still have a little bit of time. And Revival, all they need to do is exactly what they did in Game 1, and they'll tie this series up.
Well, that's exactly what you said. Exactly the Game 1. They've just been hitting it hard, working on those 50-50s, getting to the contest first, and that's when it's been highly favorable for these guys. Right now, they're going to make sure they keep the defense solid, rotations in sync, and then everything else will come in from there. And challenge from Torment wins it for now. Gimmick forward. This is set onto the goal. No one home. It's floating, and Gimmick will time it perfectly up the backboard.
And that overcommit from Revival is just going to bite them so hard, just like that. I mean, Gimmick obviously going to make that play happen. They already had a teammate there just in case. 3-2 now. Revival, they just need to not be so overconfident, and they'll take this one.
Yeah, like I said, it's don't let your rotations go out. You can still be aggressive, but make sure the defense rotation's there. And it was caught out. Dapper's out of place at the moment. Darkfire's low on boost. Got to be careful here. Chrome with the challenge. Squishy now forward. This has been the sort of the attack we've been seeing from the Muffin Man. Real just random shots heading forward and dropping in awkward spots. Bring down by Darkfire. Interesting. Was challenged. Sends out wide. Now for the chance. Squishy sends it on. Darkfire blocks it out to the side. Dapper has to challenge for the 50-50. It goes straight up in the air. Torment. Oh, it was far and wide from that one. Darkfire able to get the touch. Gimmick counters. Back in the last 40 of this game. 1 goal lead right now. Revival, they want game 5. Here comes Chrome with the angle. It almost works. It's high. Squishy a chance to roll this one out. He's charged. Last 30 here, Ninja.
Now we just need to see the Muffin Men on, at least on the offensive end. The only thing that they would probably need more is some boost control, as it seems like, well, Dapper getting aggressive there on Gimmick, but it seems like
he was looking to line him up.
They're just not, once they get on the offensive end, they're not able to just get anything going, at least in this game. I mean, yeah, they have 2 goals, but there were a couple of times there where there was a free man. He could have grabbed a little bit of boost, and that play could have gone way better. But now, with the ball killed, no, Gimmick is going to keep this up. Gimmick down the line.
No, don't do it.
Out of the corner, no. Squishy is up now, so is Darkfire. Darkfire can't get there.
Here it is.
Chrome gets the block and the kill. Revival, they tie it up and go into game 5.
It's just a sense of the heart in my mouth right in the end there. Chrome had the shot. You're like, oh. Just imagine if it flip bad man, you know, like you don't want to flip on the goal line. Very lucky to get up, but also the second player coming across and slamming it down, just giving no opportunity with the up ball. Well, I think Squishy's back out and straight for another card change. I don't know what's going on, but the Muffins, man, they had 2 in a row. Game 2 and 3, 4 goes to Revival. It is game 5, ready to rock. Oh, rock and rumble. I know. You're just I know, right?
Yeah. Battlecar Pacifica has turned into an absolute knocker of a tournament here at the Shift Pro League. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We want to remind you, someone did donate to us, and it's not a $250 prize anymore. It's $300, $100 to each
Smackaroos, man.
player tonight. Smackaroos, baby.
Well, that's it. An extra 50 on, so 100 to the winners right now. Applesauce sitting in the grand final, waiting for whoever wins this last golden game. And I'll tell you what, the grand final is going to be big, Ninja Rider. I'm so looking forward to watching it. It's going to be crazy, but we need to get this last game underway. And look, I haven't asked you, and I haven't asked anyone in chat so far.
Yeah.
Who's going to win this? We've got one game to go. Who's going to win?
I mean, Revival have the momentum right now, and Dapper is working so well with Chrome and Darkfire. Dapper relatively new on the scene compared to Chrome and Darkfire, but the Muffin Men can pull things. I don't know how they do it. They just reach into their bag of tricks and it just happens. They're so
Hashtag
good.
Muffin Things.
Their record in the scene has been astronomical. I mean, they've taken first in basically everything they've done in the last couple of months. It's been absolutely insane for them lately. But I mean, heck, in this tournament, they didn't go down a game the whole tournament until they got to this point when they hit a team like Chrome, Dapper, Darkfire in the Revival of Revival. It's just such a tough call.
I can see your mind exploding, man. It's like you're like,
I don't know if I'm on cam right now, Alstedo, but
no, you're not on cam. You're not on cam.
oh man, this is insane.
Well, we're getting the players join back in Revival. Just quick on the trigger, and they're back. So Squishy back in with Chrome as we get set into the last game of this semi-final. The winner take on Applesauce. Let's go. Boys heading into the middle. Sent forward, Torment's going to cheat up and get the second touch. Dapper waiting in the corner already. The read, absolutely there. Squishy does get the 50-50, not able to get the second in his favour. Darkfire, Dapper. Now Darkfire to go over the top. And counts it once again. I love to see Darkfire start with a goal here. It really would make sense with the game one. But that is a big save on the line.
Yeah, Darkfire a little bit low on boost, trying to get a little bit of a pinch off Dapper, but killed by Torment. Gimmick. Straight to Chrome, just kind of throws it into his own corner. That's far side. Only 30 seconds into this game, so not really too much has happened other than the ball kind of sticking to corners here. And Squishy forcing a reset for the Muffin Men.
Gimmick trying to come down on top. Darkfire with a touch. Squishy now sends it far side. Right back to the middle. That is an insane pinch and bounce. Gimmick again. I'll be high on this point here. Darkfire. Clearance is risky. Dapper just so close. And that's what we've been talking about. The speed of Dapper tonight has been absolutely influential to the game.
Yeah.
He needs to keep going right now. It's Darkfire forward to the corner. Pinched back by his own teammate there. That was Squishy Torment. Sort of just baiting out the players. See if they can get one forward. Darkfire! Oh, Dapper! No!
That crossbar, the best goalie in the game, coming out aces for Dapper as he just slams it home. There he goes. Reads that nicely from the midfield through traffic. Oh man, that was brutal here from the crossbar, but Darkfire with a nice back pass. Torment out of position, and Gimmick's just kind of sitting there on the goal line, not quite sure what to do. Of course, the only thing you can do is try to dodge towards the ball, but while being stationary, not a great way to start this game here. Game 5 here at the Battlecar Pacifica.
We talk about good teams and rotations. That's what they did there right then in Revival, is continue to rotate, grab the boost, and get the second, third opportunities. As they set on again, Darkfire forward. Torment will block this one out. And that's a good clearance right past the halfway line. Gimmick forward to the corner. He's out of place as he turned the car. Squishy now. Looks to go in. Darkfire there. And blocks back out. Now a real test here for Revival's defense. Muffin Man looking for that first goal of the 5th game. Gimmick again, Chrome with a block. Torment out of place. This will leave Squishy to come out on this one. Got the angle of the car. Won't have the inside here as Chrome's waiting on the backboard. In fact, you couldn't see him from a mile away. He was blending in. Dapper now the chance. Again, he's working hard at the ball. Darkfire. Now Gimmick. Back out, Squishy. Torment forcing up to this one, knowing not going to get there. It's Dapper that brings it back out. We're halfway down in the 5th. I can't believe we're halfway down. It seems like there's still so much more time, but this is going away quickly, Ninja.
Yeah, and that's one of the things Muffin Men really need to start getting so much more aggressive on the ball, get some passing plays going. As Darkfire, the simple pass play from Chrome, making it count. That right there was just a defensive miscommit there, and honestly, Gimmick found himself a little bit out of sorts at the midfield. I think he was expecting a pass to come out, but a little bit of miscommunication there. Plenty of time for them to correct that here, and although a 2-0 deficit against a team like this Revival squad is astronomical.
if you think about that play, Squishy was in two minds. It was like, do I hit this or do I let it go? Lets it go, it gets the offensive pressure put back on him, brought back around, Darkfire scores. So,
Yeah.
they're left with these close decisions in terms of what to do, and they're getting, no matter what, they're paying for it. So, just got to make sure it's on again. They go up and make the decision, which drops the ball into the midfield. Dapper putting in goal number 3. These boys, they're on a tear and on the way to the grand final.
Look at this stop. I think Darkfire knew that there was going to be at least one committance on that with Torment coming right at him. But he just drops the ball. I mean, just dropped it. It was the perfect touch to drop it right at the ground, and Dapper to power shot that thing, skittering it towards the opponent's net. 3-0 here. I'm thinking nail in the coffin here for the Muffin Men.
2 for Dapper, 1 for Darkfire. Chance for Gimmick. There's the defense online. Dapper now looking for the third. Squishy up, Darkfire. Wanted to angle in. Squishy challenges Gimmick. This is open and a goal. They needed this one.
There it is. Yeah, they needed this one bad here with a minute and a half left. There might be just enough momentum here. Squishy got a great dunk on Darkfire, who could not force the offensive end to just open up. Man, Squishy has been having a little bit of an off game. At least this game. He's been a little bit off on his touches and his 50-50 challenges. So I think that's one of the reasons why we're sitting at a 3-1 scoreline. But I mean, so close. Such a crazy game as Darkfire passes it up for Dapper, trying to keep it on the orange end here as the Muffin Men scramble, get a pass going. Dapper.
Well, you know what I say. I want the goal in overtime. Get it to the overtime. I need 2 goals here. The Muffin Man, give us 2 goals.
Torment might make that happen there as he goes off his own backboard. Squishy knocking this up. Dapper with the stop. Torment pass to Squishy, not going to happen as Chrome throws it towards the offensive end corner. Gimmick is waiting, and with just about 45 seconds left,
Darkfire.
they are running out of room, and Darkfire getting aggressive.
So close, but so far. Dapper with a chance. Kimmy coming across. Last 35. Darkfire again. Torment now out. The Muffin Man need a goal. They need it now. Squishy with the angle in. Darkfire there already bringing this one out. Essentially, they've got 2v1. Gimmick charged up. It's a middle play. Dapper will be high here, but Squishy needs to be careful. That is not a good touch, but Dapper gets too high on it. Almost over the top. Torment. But they need to go quickly. And A-Smart, if they want this game, I don't think it's going to be. It comes out as we get the seconds ticking down. Torment forward to drop down from Chrome. Squishy. The time is well and truly gone. The ball drops down. Revival are your winners of semi-final number 2. They book themselves into the grand final, and they're taking on of the boys of Applesauce.
Oh my gosh, we were not expecting this. I don't think anybody was expecting the Muffin Men to go down here to Revival. I mean, Muffin Men have been playing together for months. They've been playing so good too, and Revival obviously sort of a pickup team. I know Chrome and Darkfire have played together in the past. I don't know if Dapper plays with them too much, but you wouldn't know from watching that game. Dapper trusting his teammates, and I saw him time and time again going for the opponent's boost without a care in the world. I mean, Chrome and Darkfire had the defensive end completely managed almost that whole last game.
But you talk about the defensive end, you do get goals and the assists coming out there. And Darkfire started the first with a hat trick. Crone come in and clutched a couple goals when it was needed the most for Revival. But Dapper, it was the most important link of the game. At the start, he was strong, he was quick, he was moving quickly onto the ball. Then he got nullified in game 2 and 3, where the Muffin Man started to really sort of dictate what the pace was, bumping them, getting all over it. The demos was set. You'll see a lot of demos mid-series, but then at the end, it just cleaned back up, and it was a Revival on top for it, and they just went full ham and finished it off. Dapper, definitely my MVP for the game.
Yeah, and it also helps that Dapper is here in Southern California, not an hour and a half away from me. So he is feeling fresh. It's only midnight 30 here. So, I mean, he's usually streaming at this time. So he's probably like, yeah, dude, no worries. Got this. And honestly, you see him on stage at RLCS, and he is just chilling. He's sitting back. He's got his arm on the armrest, controller just like this, and he is just playing. That's how he plays. It's great. That said,
we should set up for the grand final, shouldn't we?
Zulhe, Hato, and Chicago of Applesauce. They have been playing a massive tournament tonight.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about the players, and in one that I got to highlight right now, Chicago. There was a overtime clutch in the semifinal for him, along with taking a 0 hero in the third. The man is on fire, and I tell you what, he's crazy at the moment. So absolutely fantastic stuff coming out from Chicago. So I'll tell you what, he's one player you have to look out for.
He most definitely here at the Shift Pro League, the Battlecar Pacifica. We're going to pass it off now as Achieves makes his return and our good buddy Dazarin. Take it away, boys.
Ha.
Hello.
Right. I knew I was
Yes.
supposed to do that. No. Well, welcome back, everybody. The grand final Shift Pro League, the
Woo.
return tournament. I mean, Daz, does it get better?
Oh, I don't know if it can. We got the hype levels on the ceiling, guys. Grand finals time. Applesauce Revival. I'm super hype at this point. We got, let's see, what was the roster for Applesauce? Chicago, Zol, and Hado.
Whatever.
And they've just stunned us. They've absolutely stunned us. They've taken down some top teams who've taken down other top teams, and they've been playing out of their minds. And then we have Revival. They just took down the Muffin Men. Those guys in the Muffin Men have been a team to watch, and they ended up taking them down. Just whoop. I mean, but Dapper's a monster. They had Chrome and Darkfire. He definitely works well with Darkfire from what I've seen before. So these guys have been just an automatic great matchup.
Yeah, my money was definitely on the Muffin Men making it through that Revival squad. But, more credit to them. I mean, Applesauce, they beat the Muffin Men last time in a Nexus tournament recently. So, kind of uncharted territory for these Applesauce guys. But, I mean, they've had absolutely stunning pass plays that we've seen in the semifinals and the quarterfinals. They've had great pressure, solid boost control. I mean, I've only got to see Revival for one series. It's tough for me to bet against Applesauce, though. I mean, they've looked solid, and Dapper, Darkfire, Chrome, great team, no doubt. Dapper, of course, recently at LAN, performed great on the first day out at Friday. Darkfire, recent return, he's looked absolutely stellar, got some incredible touches off the back wall, some crazy angles, and of course, Chrome no slouch himself. He's a very aggressive guy, will go and hit you out of your own net. The man will just bully you out of net and opens a lot of opportunities for Revival. So it's tough for me to guess who's going to win this, but I think I'm going to go ahead and take Applesauce on this one.
Oh, going with the Applesauce. That's you're a brave man. For me, I'm actually gonna go with Revival on this one. I'm loving the mix that is Dapper, Darkfire, and Chrome. These guys are playing out of their minds. Took down the Muffin Men, went all 5 games, which is kind of a little worrisome as Applesauce. They only went 4. But I got the faith in these boys. Absolutely love Dapper. Like you said, Darkfire looking good on his return, and Chrome just a straight bully on the field. So I'm looking to see more of that. But I honestly think that we have 2 of the best teams at this grand final.
I mean, you'd hope so. We're at the end of the tournament. They've definitely had a long road here. This is a winner-take-all scenario, though. However, 1 best of 7, 4 matches gets you the grand prize. I said 250 earlier. I've figured out by now. I've had enough downtime in between. It's up to 300 at this point. So it's 250 plus some change, courtesy of you guys in the chat. So big thank you for those donations. It can still go up. So until this series is ending, this prize pool can only get bigger. But game 1 underway. A good start there. Unfortunately, Hado comes up empty. Chicago applies the vintage early game pressure that we've seen from them all tournament long. That's a great passing play. Darkfire wants the top right bar and out. Great save from Hado. He had to make some very tough saves, and this one sneaks into the right-hand side. It's off on the right foot for Applesauce.
Yep, 3-point play from Revival, and then technically it's a 3-point play. Hado, Chicago goes to Zol. He gets a nice touch to get that rolling past the defense of Revival. Easy first goal for them. They take the lead, but plenty of time.
And it's a tough break there for Revival as well. Y'all thought, hey, that one's in the back of the net. This one off the kickoff, turned away by Dapper. And Zol, actually, he did a great job adjusting to that pass. Coming out of, I believe it was it Chicago in the net? No, it was Zol Hato out of the net. I can get my players straight in my head. It may be midnight 30 on the West Coast. It's getting a little bit later here in other parts of the country, but it's a great time. You're watching Shift Pro League, and it sneaks by Zol, and Chrome will punish him.
Revival end up tying it up after this misplay on the defense from Applesauce. Hato just can't get the touch. Dapper sneaks it through 2 defenders, and Chrome with perfect placement there to drive it home. We're back tied up before 16 left.
So my money's on the Applesauce crew. Dad, let's make this absolutely clear. We'll place a gentleman's wager on it. You've got Revival in this one?
Yep, absolutely. The Revival of Darkfire, to be exact.
All right. Let's go one step further. What's your series score?
Oh boy. Best of 7. 4-2 Revival.
I'm 4-2 the other way. All right, we're dead even. It should be a good one. We're about a minute in here. Things have leveled out. Some solid early game pressure out of Applesauce, and this one turned away from Darkfire. Reads it nicely off the back wall as well. We've seen a fair share of those not come up with a touch on defense tonight. Darkfire, a nice job to go and get that one. Find the clear as well. Zol just able to tap that one. Chicago first to it. Picks the left side, not far enough, and Dapper will slap that one away into the corner. A chance for Hato, not through Chrome. And Chicago again turned away by Darkfire. That defense on point from Revival, and that has been a great selling point for that team as well. They had 12 saves in Game 1 in the semifinals, and they look to continue that here in this Game 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this one just rolls in. You're kidding.
That's a roller. But let's talk more about the defense of Revival. As if you guys don't know, Darkfire gets a nice slow roller here. Easy 50-50 win. But
Easy.
Darkfire and the rest of Revival on defense have been completely on point, as you just described. That's going to be something that's key to this matchup, because they just stopped the three-shot play from Applesauce, and that's kind of like their bread and butter, sending 3 shots one after the other onto net to try to overwhelm the defense. But the defense from Revival is so strong that they're going to have to resort to different tactics.
Well, they've definitely got a man in Chrome on the opposite side who's capable of creating the offensive opportunities. We'll have to see if that appears over for the blue side as well. Chicago slow roller Zol has done an absolutely great job being the first man forward. He catches these passes out of this blue side so well. We've seen it a couple times already. But Revival doing an excellent job providing plenty of pressure out of the midfield. Weak back pass, chance, and Zol can't quite slip that one through. Dapper, Hato wants 2 off the side. There's it off the tail of that Octane, and it will remain on the orange half, but it's no problem. As Dapper backflips this one away.
Yeah, good job by Dapper getting to the ball fast. I mean, he's part of the Selfless squad, also formerly part of a team known as Momentum. This guy is known for getting to the ball quick, making plays happen, and the rest of his teammates can just join in for the ride along, as his quickness has definitely been detrimental to Revival's success.
And a tough break just now for Revival. It was a great pass off the side wall from Darkfire. Unfortunately, ended up falling right in front of the follow-up. Excellent recovery, however. Darkfire stayed right with it, threw it right back into their own corner, and they were able to regroup just enough to get things going the right way again. And Hato and Zol both very far forward. Dapper one-on-one with Chicago, and he'll clear that one into the corner. Great defense all around on both sides of the pitch, but Revival absolutely crushing it. That's 8 saves for them now. And as you said, it's on fire for those guys, and it's all about if Applesauce gets through.
Yep, and that's where they're struggling at. The defense from Revival is so strong that it stopped the almost gimmicky offense of Applesauce, where they overwhelm their opponent. They're going to have to try to figure out something new to get past this defense, and they got to do it fast, because right now they're down a goal, and there's almost a minute left in this.
Well, it is a marathon, not a sprint. This will be a best-of-7 grand finals. They've got more than their fair share of games to get the defense figured out. This one kept out, and this one on the second opportunity, not. Dapper finds the top left.
Yeah, I feel like there was a double commit or more here on the defense. Yep, Hato and Zol in Chicago thought it was going to be cleared out, so he ends up spinning around the net. Dapper, again, quick to the ball, quick shot from him, and now a comfy 2-goal lead for Revival.
Yeah, Chicago might have had a chance of that. Unfortunately, guessed wrong on which way the ball was going. Couldn't make the adjustment. That one off the kickoff, however, finds the bar and in, no problem.
Chicago already 3 shots. That's going to be his 4th off of the pass play from Hato. That's a great setup. And then Chicago in the air with the quickness gets the bar down skis, something that they've been excelling at in this tournament.
the bar down. Chicago especially, back in that semifinal match, had a couple crossbar blues and then ended up with a hat trick in the latter half of the game. He's definitely found his placement underneath that bar, and he has lived high in the net all night. Dapper, slow shot, easily cleared out. Big demo from Hotto, 2-on-1 chance, and Dapper not going to have any of it. Willing to waste time off this clock. If he can apply pressure, he will. Time a factor now for Applesauce here in game 1. Chicago, slow roller around the wall. No pressure being applied. Darkfire more than willing to let them come to him. As we hit the 10-second mark. Oh, if Hotto would have got that touch, it might have had a chance, but 5 seconds now. This one off the back wall. Bump attempt from Chicago in the net. Zol wants the center. Hotto's there, and it will get sat on by Chrome out of the net. That will do it for game number 1. Revival on top by a goal.
Yeah, GG's coming out for both teams. Revival ended up taking game 1, but it was not an easy win at all. Applesauce came out, applied incredible pressure on offense. They tried to get some bumps in the defense, see if they could mix things up. It worked out for them, but not all the way, as Revival ended up having quick opportunities. Look at the saves. 9 saves from them, followed up by 7 shots. Like, Revival was just all over the pitch at that point.
Yeah, Revival all over the pitch, especially on defense. Back in that game 1 in the semifinals, they had 12, split 4, 4, and 4. This time they go 9 with 3s all across the board. So they're looking good, and they rotate very tight on defense. But right at the end there, we saw Chicago go for a cheeky little demo play, try and get themselves a 0-second equalizer, and we'll see if they're able to continue that, or at least follow that same strategy moving on here in game number 2. This one's going to be high and out, and Darkfire, a solid catch off the back wall, and it's a quick retreat back to net for Chicago.
Yeah, starting off, I mean, I get why they do boomers to bring the ball down the field, also sending shots at a high speed. But if you have members like Dapper, Chrome, and Darkfire who have experience at that time of the meta, learning how to get clears off that backboard, it could prove as dangerous for you as it is for them if they get a good clear.
Dangerous for you is right. We've seen plenty of, well, I shouldn't say we've seen, we saw so many goals scored this weekend at the RLCS LAN. One little miss off that back wall often went the wrong way, and so far Revival has been spot on with those. Hotto goes down. Thought he would try and take the net on that one. Chicago just gets pushed out by Darkfire, no problem, and it's quickly back onto the Applesauce end here, as we're already 1 minute into game 2. Top corner, it's a tough play, and Chicago will float on up to that one and slap it away.
Watch out for the offense that is Revival. They're still doing a good job. They have the ball in Applesauce's zone. They're trying to keep possession. Applesauce doing a great job getting more methodical with their clears, not giving up possession easily with the clears, getting the ball downfield as well. Guys, a little hand in hand. Oh, but Hotto, he's going to break this scoreless match with that one.
Goes a little hand in hand. It's just what I was talking about. These missed clears off the back wall. Hotto jumping, doesn't quite find it, and there was no, not Hotto, my mistake. I believe it was Darkfire. I don't know. Somebody on Revival. I gave myself a terrible look at that with my camera. And I regret it, Daz. I'm sad.
At least you're not sick. This
right.
man plague is terrible.
You're right. They're the great RLCS Season 3 plague. It certainly beset a couple of people. Curtis, as you heard earlier, definitely trying to bounce back. Hotto with the demo, opens the net, 2-0. Game 2 looking good for Applesauce.
Speaking of bounce back, that's exactly what Applesauce are looking to do. That demo from Hotto, and then he's in a perfect position to get the pass from Zol, knocks that in. That's his second, team second as well. They are looking to take game 2 if they can keep up exactly what they're doing.
Kickoff in favor once again. Hotto streaking forward, bar and out, and you know what? Why not put it in yourself? Dapper slaps it home.
Had a hard time getting into the right position for that, and saw Hotto behind him. I'm pretty sure he was trying to aim for outside, but just got a bad spin on the car. That's what I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Benefit of the doubt, please.
You can give him the benefit of the doubt. I will say he totally did that because I've predicted Applesauce to win this. Good shot, Dapper. Thank you much. And game 2 definitely going to have to come around quickly. Revival want to have a chance and really put a stranglehold on this series for Applesauce. But Applesauce, they've always dropped the first game. Every series we've seen, back in the quarterfinals versus I believe it was Take 3. They dropped game 1. Then in the semifinals versus Ninja Minotaurs, they dropped game 1 as well. Here in the grand finals, seeming to follow that pattern. And from there on, they've absolutely dominated their opponents as we reach the halfway point in game 2.
Yeah, you're right. Absolute domination. Something that we've tended to notice as the tournament has progressed. Right now, what I'm starting to notice, at least from these guys, boost management. They definitely use all their boosts when they're going in, trying to set up a shot or pass, but they immediately are able to take it, get it back, rotate in, make more shots happen. It's been working out for them very well, I'd say, at least.
Chicago a little bit late to that ball out of the midfield. The pressure mounting here for Revival. Dapper wants another one. This one on target. Can't fall on it. Bar and out. Zol will slap it away into the wall. Another chance here for Chrome out to Darkfire. It would have been beautiful. A solid goal scoring chance to get them right back into this game number 2 by the wayside, but still Applesauce struggling to push out of their own half. Finally, a missed clear gives the guys in blue a chance to go to the other end, and Darkfire pushes that one off the back wall with an I almost said an applesauce. I mean a backflip.
Can't count Revival out yet, because I remember, I think it was Applesauce in their matchup. They were down 2-0 against Take 3. Went on a 3-goal run at around this time and did it all under a minute. So if Revival can do exactly just that, they still have enough time to.
They've got their work cut out for them right now on defense, kind of struggling to pick up the boost. Chrome, really the only one. Dapper is sitting at about half. The defense looking a little bit suspect right now. It's really not that coordinated. They're kind of clumping up in that corner, and it's tough to push out of your own half. When you're all so bunched up like this, makes it very difficult to pass laterally. Zol goes under, and it will not roll in. Dapper streaks out of the corner to clear it.
Yeah, they're keeping less goals they're keeping basically Applesauce from scoring more goals, but ball's been on their end for a long time. 36 seconds left on the clock. They need to get this out of their zone, start getting more comfortable on offense. Like you said, they've been bunching up a lot. It doesn't help them out at all, and the clock is ticking.
20 seconds left. Definitely seems like game 2 going to go the way of Applesauce. Another one out into the top of the box for them, and it will get pushed downfield from Dapper. Chicago sits on one in that top corner. Hato steals the boost out in front. Nobody there. With a 5-second countdown, that is going to wrap it up here for game number 2. Applesauce find the answer, and Chrome sits at the bottom of the scoreboard with 90 points.
Ooh, okay. I see you calling out my boys.
Hey.
That's all right. I mean, although they did end up losing, they ended up stopping the goal score line from getting any further toward the end of the match. They did only have 3 saves, though, something they got to work on, because defense was detrimental for them winning game 1. We didn't see the Revival we saw in game 1. These guys were a little bit lax on defense, or you could just say Applesauce, Hato scoring those impressive angle shots, were just doing very well into their matchup. They got some good demos in. Once they got that 2-goal lead, they kind of sealed it, and they were able to hold on and even extend it to 3.
Yeah, and they really haven't even shown us any of their super on-point passing plays that we saw back in the semifinals or the quarterfinals. They've literally just challenged the ball with excellent timing. And really the only big difference maker in that game for me was those little mistakes by Revival back on defense. A missed clear off the back wall cost them a goal, and then another, I believe it was early on in the game. I'm not going to remember the first one, but that's the one that sticks out in my mind. That one little mistake cost them. We'll see what happens here in game number 3 as the kickoff currently favors Applesauce.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Daz.
Okay.
You are alive and well.
I have to make sure. I mute when I cough, because I don't want anyone hearing that atrociousness. But
you mean you move your mouth away from the mic to breathe?
Chocolate Daz. Anyways, we're getting into game number 3. Series is tied 1-1. This is the best of 7, everyone. Right now, ball is in Applesauce's end. We're already starting to see pretty good offensive rotations, I should say, for Revival. As Darkfire sees the shot that way. I'm liking how they're starting out so far.
Yeah, Zol forced into a very quick defensive save. Dapper super aggressive out of the midfield, trying to make this as awkward as possible. Unfortunately, the only one there is Chicago. This one off the bar. Second chance, Zol, the first one again over to the Applesauce.
Zol giving Applesauce the first goal. Didn't score anything last game, but comes up, gets a perfect rotation. I mean, basically an overcommit from the defensive revival. Leaves this net wide open, unfortunately, and then Zol comes through with a great rotation.
4 minutes on the clock. The first one over to Applesauce. I stated, if you're just joining us, it's $300 on the line at this point here. The Shift Revival Tournament.
Oh,
Street
yes!
slams it home. It's equalized.
Great job from Dapper, just using his speed, getting there to the ball quick. Chrome with a nice setup. Chicago gets a touch, but he just can't clear it right. And then Hato versus Dapper versus a falling Chicago. He just gets there fast enough to win the challenge. Gives Revival the tying score.
Been very touch and go here at the start of game number 3. Hato, what a brilliant read to get above Darkfire and keep that one on the orange half. Super quick challenge from Zol, and Chicago streaks across, steals the corner boost out to mid, and Darkfire pushes that one upfield. Chrome beats Chicago out. This one, Dapper tries to get in front of Zol as that ball was on target. Would have been a great body play. And again, Hato with a solid challenge out of his own half bar. Right at him, Zol can't reach it. Full stretch, and Chrome still finds the net.
Great positioning from Chrome after this challenge and then he sees Darkfire come up, makes the shot. He only moves up just a little bit to read that, catch it off of the back wall, and then gets that slow touch. The distance between goal, literally Zol, his only option was to make a guess, because at that point you don't have enough time to react.
Just gonna say, Zol, this is my plug for the Dominus. If you were in long car hype, you had that safe. But either way, they find themselves down a goal here. 3 minutes remaining in game 3. This one could push the balance of power of the series. Still too early to tell, I'd imagine. Either way, whoever wins this game, it bodes well for us, Daz. As we are analysts, we pride ourselves when things look good for us.
Absolutely. We just love, hey, numbers, let me tell you about those.
We know a couple. Chicago, ooh, that would have been a spicy challenge. Dapper, it's basically sat on from Hato out of the side wall. Thankfully, Chrome there to apply a helping hand. Weak clear, Darkfire to Chrome. That'll do it. That's good for one, and Chrome finds the top right.
Soft touch from Darkfire. Completely throws off the defense. They're thinking he's going to hammer. You see Chicago with a challenge. Hato just guessed at that point, and then Chrome with another soft touch gets it just above Zol. And now we're seeing Revival take this game into their hands.
Halfway mark just been reached here. Ooh, Zol streaking forward for the cherry pick opportunities. He's done a great job all game, but now down a goal. Does he put it on frame? Miss from Darkfire? Doesn't matter. Just wide. And boy, do the Revival guys dodge a bullet here. And now we talked about Chrome sitting on a low scoreboard. He made me eat my words. He's pleasantly sitting at the top with 245, and now Chicago and Hato looking for chances to get points on the board. What a drop from Chrome, and Darkfire says, you, sir, are a god.
Beautiful touch there from Darkfire. Chrome ends up beating Hato to the touch. If Hato would have made that, he probably could have cleared it and sent it booming downfield. But since Chrome was able to lay it literally in front of the net after he knew Hato was going up, it was an easy score for Darkfire at that point.
Chrome has still got it. Darkfire off the kickoff. High demo chance from Dapper. Couple of whiffs over on the blue side of things make it a little bit awkward. Zol can't get it cleanly. Dapper with brilliant spacing makes that flick near impossible and just smashes it against the corner. Hato goes high. Chicago went for the bump. There's going to be no follow-up here. Just a clear out of the orange squad. Chicago steals the boost. Hato's there first. Awkward read for Dapper. Stays right with it, though. Great play on defense to apply patience. Bump in the net. Chicago says thank you very much, and they put it back within 2.
Dapper did what he could considering his situation. He was trying to carry the ball out, still keep control. Problem was, that's literally Chicago's shot. Exactly where he ended up bringing the ball. Chicago has almost had perfect accuracy when the ball is hovered anywhere above the goal, but outside of the box. And it showed at that moment. Dapper gave it to him. He's knocked it down.
Ooh, Zol sticks that one to his hood with a bit of glue as he drives this one out of his own half. Makes the centering attempt.
Oh!
Chicago's there. It's a 1-goal game.
Another setup here, and of course Chicago's there to knock it down. Zol with the center. Chicago gets there first, although Chrome makes contact, just can't stop that from going in the net.
My goodness, Zol, what a play to get that out of his own half. Went right under Darkfire, cut Dapper in half, and Chrome, heck of an effort, but what can you do? Just give him the goal at that point. Chicago follows it off the sidewall. The clear coming out here from Revival. Slapped out into the midfield. 1-on-2. Picks the upper right. Can't reach it. Chicago's on fire. That's a hat trick.
This man is on fire. What a flick. He gets the possession. He's like, oh, let me take control of this. Flicks it right past Chrome. Knows exactly where to go with that one. He has, like you said, has a hat trick and absolutely on fire. Applesauce tied up with a minute left.
And how many times have we seen the short touch out of the top of the box be successful? From EU to NA, the most lethal scoring opportunity I've seen is in scenarios just like that. Demo out of the backfield from Chicago. It's like watching Mockett, and he makes it 4.
Oh my goodness, yet again, Chicago, this time demos Chrome, no one in the back line, Dapper racing to get back, but Chicago just forces that one in, and just like Applesauce have forced their way into this lead, they now take the lead with 48 seconds left.
Chicago, you can go ahead and take a bow after this one. Make sure you really stretch out those shoulder muscles because you've put the team on the back for this game number 3. And Applesauce looks to complete another absolutely stellar comeback here. They've had a couple of them tonight already. And Chrome will just keep this one up high. Hato wants the net. It's a stretch for Dapper. He's got the boost and the momentum just to get a nose on it. They will split off right here. Zol realizing, hang on a minute, we have a chance to keep this one. Tap out into the midfield. Time a factor. You'll see Revival really ramp it up here. They don't have anything to lose. Give yourselves a chance at OT. Zol catches it. That's more than likely going to do it. Drives slowly. Gonna waste a bit of time, perhaps, and Dapper gives themselves one last-ditch effort here at the net. Hato says, no, sir, slaps it down, and that's game 3 over at Applesauce. What a comeback.
It was amazing the amount of work they put in to come back in this one. They were down. Revival had 4 goals on them. They went on a run, and it was really because of Chicago. He ended up doing most of the work there. He was set up perfectly, though, by Zol a couple of times, once from Hato, I think, and he had a nice flick of his own to get it past Chrome. This guy is heating up, and as we go into, I want to say this is game 5.
4.
Okay.
2-1 right now. 2-1.
I'm sorry. As we go into game 4, though, this guy's going to be the man to watch.
It's late for Daz, too. Great kickoff pressure. Chicago first there. Dapper, a sick read coming off the back wall. Trying to see how much boost he had. Not much, and gets a ground pinch there as well. Brilliant early game defense. Coming out of the man with the gold wheels also sets up a centering opportunity. Darkfire just a hair too far away. And that will keep things locked at 0 here at the start of game 4. But again, some great early game pressure. This one on target. Chicago bearing down, and that's the first one again over the blue squad.
He's trying to keep that momentum going, and it's working out. Gets another read off the backboard from Zol. Dapper can't get there in time. It's already above Darkfire's head by the time he jumps. Just incredible speed. Gets there. Perfect read from Chicago. And if you thought he was heating up last game, he's on fire right now.
Can we talk about the read? Like, my goodness, did he go and get that? Chicago putting on an offensive. Like, you're learning how to read balls off the backboard and place them high in the net. Look no further. You found your guy tonight in Chicago. As Dapper, Chrome, and Darkfire strive for an answer. A big defensive mishap on defense, however. They've got to scramble back far enough away, make sure they all get boost. This is a decent opportunity here for Revival. Chicago tries to waste a lot of time and just absolutely bombs that one downfield. Dapper took a bit of an off angle, thankfully still able to find it. Shot from Chrome and Zol. Turn that one away out into the corner.
Yeah, right now.
Back wall after you.
I was going to say, right now, what Revival needs to do, they got to figure out a way to get back into this. And it starts with shutting down Applesauce's offense, but making clinical plays on their own. That was almost an insane shot from Darkfire. More stuff like that. Keeping Applesauce on defense rather than offense is a start into coming back into this.
And Revival's defense, it's been a big selling point for them. We touched on it before the series even started. They've had such brilliant defense, and after game 1, it has not come to roost here, and it's been Zol this game. We're not even 2 minutes in. The guy's got a savior badge.
Oh my
The
goodness.
pressure still mounting. Make that another clear for him on the defensive end of things. A huge double commit. They're all just locked in the net. Chicago's got 30 boost. Hotto's got 80. Zol has 60. They're not exactly strapped. Just got to get their positioning set, and they're finally able to clear this ball away and get themselves back into order here on the blue side of things.
Yeah. And then also,
You're kidding.
he ended up giving up on that one. That's unfortunate. But we talk more about these applesauce guys. Rotations of
Ooh, goodbye.
Home says no. We're gonna talk about this. That's a nice goal.
Ooh, it's a great high pop. Just misreads it. He actually might have got a piece on it. I don't know. I couldn't tell looking at it from Chrome's perspective, but either way, if Chicago hit that ball, Chrome was in the perfect spot. Brilliant positioning on the challenge from Chrome. That is a well-deserved equalizer.
Yep, that's what Revival needs to get back into this one. Great challenge from Chrome. Getting there quickly. Speaking of quickly, Hotto almost catches that off the ceiling with that shot.
And Chicago threw out the bump in net. Unfortunately, two defenders back there.
Oh!
Skips over two, slams it in off the post. They're in the lead out of nowhere. Chrome picking up his team.
The guys with the C's in their name want you to see exactly how they're playing Rocket League. Chrome coming in. That's going to be his second one. He's starting to heat up on Revival. Definitely going to be a player to watch move as we 2 minutes, 17 seconds left on the clock.
Plenty of time left, but as it stands right now, the series would be locked at 2-2. If you're just joining us, I am Achieves, joined alongside Dazarin. It's the grand finals here of the grand reopening of the Shift Pro League here. The prize pool, $250. Winner take all. Actually, I stand corrected. I said so earlier. It's $300 now. Another brilliant save from Chrome on defense. And it's a winner take all affair here at this one.
Yep. Team that wins $100 per player. So definitely something that these guys are going to be fighting over as we're in the middle of Revival versus Applesauce. Applesauce take the lead of the series. It's 2-1, but Revival are looking to come back into this when they have the lead of the matchup. But we know by now not to count Applesauce out. They've been doing amazing in terms of coming back into games.
Have you heard of late game heroes? I have. His name is Chicago, and now we see if he can do it again here in the grand finals. Dapper, so soft out of that corner, keeps it nice and close, gives him a great chance at follow through. Unfortunately, the support from Zol on the challenge gets a little bit ahead of himself, and now Darkfire wants two on the back wall. There's a dunk. Chicago very thankfully didn't hit that, so he might have put it right into his own net. And the pressure mounting here with 1 minute remaining. Revival not looking to give them an inch.
Nope. The pressure from Darkfire and Chrome just alone has been enough. There's a demo now from Dapper. That's going to slow down Applesauce's offense unless they press, which they're doing right now, trying to keep the pressure up. But without that third man rotation, offense is almost useless against the Revival defense. There's 35 seconds left. Still enough time for them to score, but Revival are doing what they can to make sure that they take this one home.
Some low boost plays. Dapper. There's the pass. Darkfire goes high as well. Chrome went for the block. Unfortunately, no touch came. The Applesauce guys, there's a chance. Slow play from Hotto. Zol has a shot. Been amazing, and Darkfire says that's not happening. Dangerous striker in Chicago can't find the back of the net. Goes far side. Easy clear for Darkfire. Light gets dimmer in game 2. Applesauce. Long shot. Tapped away. Hotto can't find it. That will do it. Game 4 comes to a close. Daz, we're locked at 2.
Locked at 2, but we both predicted the other team's winning 4-2. So
We did.
we're still battling this one on as we are gonna enter in game 5. But honestly, this is very impressive Rocket League to see. You have Revival, great defense, names everyone knows: Dapper, Darkfire, Chrome. These guys doing a great job, very well mixed together, taking down the Muffin Man to get here. But then on the other side, you have Applesauce. Most people only know Chicago, but Zol and Hotto have definitely earned their names here in this tournament, helping him out and then also doing good on the team as well on defense and offense, getting a lot of assists. And they've just been the late game hero, as you've called it, coming back in multiple matches. And it really honestly makes this a very interesting best of 7.
Yeah, Applesauce been a team about since early May, so roughly a month here now. And of course, Darkfire, Dapper, Chrome, a dead-on pickup team really highlights the skill of these guys. I mean, they're coming out here and playing versus these three guys who have played together for a month already, locked at twos in a grand final on a $300 tournament. It's tough to say who's going to come out on top, and Darkfire sits on one out of the midfield. Hotto, quick 180 out of the midfield to get things back going the right direction for them. 30 seconds in, and again, early game pressure coming out from Applesauce. They've struck first a couple of times in this series. I wonder if that holds true here in game 5. Pass cut off by Chicago. Again, it's a struggle to clear the ball early on for Revival, but finally it goes the other way. Pass up to Zol, double commit. Thankfully, Dapper the only there for it. The redirect not going to come through, and we're about a minute in. We should start to see the pace slow down just a touch.
Yeah, pace starting to slow down. Both these teams matching up pretty well. Getting a good feel for each other. I mean, we always call the first minute of a match a feeling. That's definitely what's going on right now. As both these teams, there's a nice shot from Zol. I think once more shots like that start coming out, things will definitely change up.
Great catch from Dapper. Hotto crushes one, and unfortunately, just off the bar. Chicago's turn to get in front of one as he comes out of his box. Darkfire, it's an awkward touch. Really just didn't want Chicago to get the nose on it. I don't blame him. The guys found the back of the net in the most insane fashion tonight. A great clear off the back wall. Chrome tries to give themselves a chance at chasing this one down, or at least grab some boost. Soul. Back wall turned away by Dapper. Hotto perhaps a little too aggressive. He's got a super long rotate back to net now. Chrome goes high. Zol stretches and gets this one away.
Yeah, Chrome really going for that high flick. Teammates right now very low on boost as Dapper getting another demo. Stops Zol, but Zol ended up taking that boost, so he's pretty low himself coming in. He's sending a boomer downfield. Gotta watch out. They're gonna play on based on boost control, positioning, and what they can do with the ball.
Missed boost out of the corner and lets Darkfire refill the canister for free. He'll go ahead and steal the other corner as well. It's going to be real difficult now for Applesauce to push this one out cleanly. The pressure mounting. Chrome towards the net. Chicago holds his ground and gets away with one. Dapper tries to go above Chicago. Great positioning on the challenge, but still the boost a huge problem for these guys. They're at 10, 9, and 0. They're just hoping to get down to the other end of the pitch. They do, and it's just a matter if they can refill the tank at this point. Brilliant defending on a tough boost-controlled game. As Chicago wants one, Dapper turns it away.
Yeah, these guys, although they're expending a lot of boost, when they use it well. Only to make important saves, important touches to get the ball downfield, to try to set it up. Only problem is, Applesauce is doing a great job of controlling the boost on the field. These guys usually are with a decent amount of boost.
Ooh, missed clear.
Oh! And it doesn't even matter.
Is that? Yeah, I know, right? They do such a great job defending tough defense with low boost, and now they've got all the boost in the world, and Hotto backflips it. Perhaps, actually, he had 0 as well in the net. He backflipped because he had no chance, and he just hoped it came right at him.
Yeah, he had 0, and that was the one moment Dapper got 100. Went all in on that one. Worked out. The games are getting longer without a score as we've got our first goal in, but there's 1:40 left on the clock. Still enough time for Applesauce to come back in this one, but if Revival get this one in, they'll probably have enough momentum to carry it on to the next match too.
Ooh, Chicago tries to set Zol back up as he's waiting like a fly on the wall there. We approach the minute mark here of game number 5. Darkfire tries to get a big insurance goal here. This game 5 could really determine the winner of this entire series. Zol gets tied up in the net. Dapper goes slow. Soft tap. Wants to. Can't find it. Chrome kept away by Hotto. If Dapper had found that touch, I'd say good night in game 5, but no dice. Finally, 60 seconds remaining here.
Yep, 60 seconds remaining. Great offensive opportunity from Revival. We're starting to see Applesauce break out more. Expect them to get more aggressive in this last minute. They do not want to give this up, but no, they let Dapper carry it all the way in.
And Chicago had boost to spare. Plenty just really thought Hotto had that ball, and depth perception is a dangerous thing. Just stops a little early, and Darkfire goes the length.
Yep. Great carry, though, from Dapper. Very unfortunate read for Applesauce in terms of reading if their team is hitting the ball. I feel like Chicago should have still double committed on that one because you just don't want to let Dapper carry the ball and leave from half court. It's very demoralizing.
Great read from Chrome on the positioning on where that ball was headed, able to keep things locked up here on the blue half. Quick touchdown field as Hotto snipes away that corner boost. Wants one, it would have been a great pass. Darkfire lurking up there already, however. And 20 seconds left, it's hard to say if Applesauce can wizard their way into another late game comeback with this much time remaining. Straight down, there's the ball from Darkfire. He got hit, Darkfire hit Dapper, and it cost him.
Oh, a small defensive misplay, and then Chicago still getting into the air fast enough to stop Darkfire, but Darkfire had already knocked Dapper out. He was the one defender who could really stop that play. We'll see if Applesauce can make something happen in the next 13 seconds.
No do-overs, a single elimination tournament. Chicago. Hotto, Zol, that's a great touch. He had to get boost. Hotto, you need to catch it. He can't keep it up. Revival. Critical pivot in the series. They take it back.
Yep, end up taking it back, but very close. Applesauce, if they went all in on that play, they could have probably come out with a goal. Instead, they tried to Revival, and Revival ended up making the important whiff, unfortunately, that let that ball knock down on the ground. Still, though, Revival, they sit at tournament point. Applesauce, those guys need to win too. Me and the Chiefs have this going 4-2. So if any of us are, I'm looking good right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a game 7.
I am definitely hoping we get to see a game 7. Applesauce have put on a show all night. They've been the most on-stream team. We've seen them. Wait. Let me make sure I'm not talking nonsense there. Let's go check this bracket. We've seen who. We did not see Revival in the quarterfinals. I do not speak nonsense. We have seen Applesauce a couple of times, hoping to get to see them for at least one more game after game 6. But there's the countdown. The clock starts. Dapper slaps one towards Zol. Otto back to Zol off the corner. It's going to take a favorable hop. Wants the net hard bounce out, and Chicago not ready for that one. And can you blame him? A crazy start. But again, so much early game aggression. They're so good at getting pressure off the kickoff. It's just a matter if they can convert it or not.
Yeah, they're doing a great job in terms of their offensive pressure to the point where I noticed Chrome, him and Dapper both went up. Oh, that's a nice shot by him. Can't knock it down. These guys are scoring. Oh, wait.
Oh, he does it again. That's 2. That's 2. Hotto, you should be 2/3 of the way to a savior medal, and he's got 0.
Feels
absolutely brilliant defense.
Yeah, great defense. He ended up stopping that pressure that was coming out for Revival. Intense pressure already, guys. We're only in the first minute of this game. Oh, and then a double demo. Please, Darkfire, open that to score.
Goodbye, blue team. Darkfire cruises into the net. A bump and the demo. Dapper getting it done out of the corner. And Darkfire says, yes, sir, I'll take that one. I put on my Elven Wizard hat.
Oh, God. Oh, no, jeez. But still, though, that was a great sacrifice from Dapper, just trying to make sure he had that hold for Darkfire to score in. He ends up doing it. Revival take an early lead. We'll see how Applesauce can adapt.
Chicago. Cheeky boost steal out of the corner. Nobody there. Dapper the only one. Cuts Zolhe in half. Otto, long touch. Really awkward play. However, Zol all night long has been a great player off that wall, cherry picking forward. Hotto misjudges distance. Chrome slows it down, wants to hit Zolhe. That'll do it.
No!
What?
He beat it!
Dapper aired on the side of caution, I think, trying to go for another pass just in case Chrome didn't get it. That's the only way I can think that he didn't put that one on net.
Yeah, that was close because there wasn't that much room for Dapper to take the shot. Oh, he tried to take one himself, stealing it from Darkfire. But I think you're right. There wasn't that much room for him to send a shot. He really had to put all his faith in Chrome, and that's a tough thing to do. But speaking of putting faith in Chrome, that works out.
He's your man. We talked about Chrome being the setup guy for Revival. He has done a great job here once again. Huge demo, keeps things away. The hard bounce right in front of the net from Chicago forces him out, and Darkfire slams it home. It's a 2-0 lead, and they have got Applesauce in a chokehold here in tournament point.
Absolutely. Boost stealing very well. And then if they can't boost steal, they'll still go for the demos. Make sure all that boost you got amounts to nothing. Doing great on defense and rotating on offense to apply pressure as well. Revival looking strong here at their tournament point.
Approaching the halfway mark, Dapper cruises back to get some boost. It's a long drive, somehow gets the challenge on Hado. Chrome with a weak touch, Darkfire pushing forward aggressively. There's Dapper as well. It pairs on the side of caution. Ooh, Darkfire get that boost. He did. He's got 100. Again, we're seeing all this boost control out of Revival be so solid. Great high tap. Zol recognizing the danger. Comes out of the side and tries to get this one away, but it's so tough. You can see Hado and Chicago trying to push forward, really hoping they get that long clear. Finally, it comes through, but they need one quick. I think they need a lot of time. We have seen Revival have absolutely outstanding defense, and that is on the open net. Chrome says thank you very much. It's 3-0.
Yeah, you talk about the clear from Zol. Even before this one, this is already a great read from Chrome getting into the air, knows no one is in the backfield. But you talk about these guys, they've been just bullying Applesauce, taking all their boosts, getting the bumps and demos to try to throw them off. Zol went to make that clear earlier because he saw Dapper bumping Hado and Chicago. Like, these guys are literally getting physical with Applesauce, and they're doing it because it's working.
Great pass from Chicago. Zol goes right through Chrome, actually, and all the demos coming out. All these demos, the physical play coming out to pasture here for Revival. And it is putting Applesauce way on the back foot, making it so difficult to really set the offense up. Chicago has been shut down early on in this series, so amazing on offense, and now he is sitting comfortably with no shots, no goals here in game number 6, and it's the tournament on the line here. $300 through your charitable donations. There's a demo in the net out of Hado. Zol floats one forward, and finally they get one on the board, but it's a minute 12 left. Daz, it's a long shot.
It's a long shot, but they've ended up scoring 3 goals in a minute before. Hado getting the demo now. He's like, you want to play physical? I'll play physical as well. Chicago with a nice pass to Zol. Zol scores on the empty net. They just need 2 now to tie this up.
The Shift Pro League Battlecar Pacifica grand reopening. And currently, your first champions look to be Chrome, Darkfire, and Dapper. Zol slaps one off the back wall. Dapper there to meet Hado out of the midfield, secures that midfield boost as well. Chicago gets bumped out of the corner. That will put the ball squarely back in possession of Revival. Hado a supporting hand out of the center line.
He has an exterminator.
He's got, you're kidding. Dapper's got 7 demos in one. How often do you see that?
I've never seen that.
You've never seen Exterminator?
I've seen Exterminator, but never in like a pro scene setting.
Never in a competitive environment. I am 100% on board that boat with you. Never before. That is nuts.
Oh my god. It only goes to show just how much these demos have come to help out Revival, to the point where even Dapper getting a Savior medal, also getting an Exterminator medal, just completely throwing it off. He's going to get a goal too.
Oh, baby.
That's it. Uh-oh.
Blow him up, put him home. Dapper extends the lead to 3, and that is definitely going to seal the deal here. Revival. Daz, I stand corrected. You're a legend. They look to take this one 4-2.
Yeah, they definitely do. As what a match. What a series, though, honestly. It was Applesauce. They did great. They can start to come back. But once Revival ended up figuring out, okay, we just need to get physical with these guys, throw them off their game. That's exactly what they did.
Chrome got them all back into that game in game 3. He just put them all on his back, says, guys, I'm going to go hit them. I'm going to put all the goals in net, equalized the series there, put them ahead. It was absolutely a brilliant showing. Dapper here in game 7, absolutely manhandling Applesauce. 7, at least 7 demos. And Revival found the answer. We all know Chrome to be a very physical player. I haven't seen it out of Dapper yet, but they earned this grand finals victory. $300 well-deserved dollars over to the gentleman in orange.
Yep, absolutely. They definitely earned it. The Applesauce, they started to adapt to them early on in the series. They ended up tying up the series, and then Dapper and the rest of Revival, they said, okay, we gotta figure out something that works. Chrome were like, just bump them. So then they
Just
ended up
hit 'em, man.
so then they ended up starting to go with the demos and the bumps, and it completely threw Applesauce off the game, and it ended up giving Revival what they needed to take this tournament home.
And huge shout out to Applesauce as well. They gave us a heck of a show all night long. Some great passing. Chicago stepping up here in the grand finals with some brilliant shots off the back wall. Good offense. Unfortunately, couldn't find an answer to the physical play coming out of Revival. They will win tonight 4-2, as Daz so accurately predicted. I must bow my head and tip my proverbial cap to the man alongside me. But that is going to wrap things up for us here. And a huge, absolutely insanely huge thank you to Badger and Alstedo for running things behind the scenes. This would never, ever have got off the ground without those two. So a massive thanks to those guys. Alstedo on the cameras tonight, Badger running
great.
all the tournament behind us. But huge shout out to those guys on behalf of myself and Daz. A big thank you to all the broadcasters alongside me who joined as well. Daz, you got anything else left to say, man?
I mean, you kind of said it all. Big thanks to everyone who could help get this back on the road here. First Shift Pro League tournament in a while, and it was a darn good one. Chiefs, thank you for doing what you do in the booth. Alstedo with the camera work, phenomenal. Badgie, Puff, everyone behind the scenes who could make this possible, thank you. All the other casters, Ninja, Biza, ADAT, Spurniday, thank you guys as well. It was honestly really fun, and I just can't wait to do more.
Yep. Well, that will wrap it up here for our First Shift Pro League Battlecar Pacifica. We'll be back for more hopefully soon, but you've enjoyed it. Revival certainly did, and a well-deserved victory. We will throw it to a quick music outro. We'll get you guys some music. We'll go find somebody to host. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a good evening.